Back again.
What's up?
New facial hair.
Like it?
What do you call that?
You actually have some facial hair now besides your mustache.
Yeah. Well,
This is called the racist facial hair.
I was gonna say you look like a Civil War.
Yeah.
Not just a vet, but like a general.
Ooh.
Like you look like someone that definitely should have like a picture, a portrait.
Yeah.
You're a portrait worthy.
Maybe that's why I'm putting it on YouTube for everyone.
Maybe. Is that one?
No. I'm done working now.
Oh.
So I figured I'd celebrate not working. And, I'm going to do this. I'm going to maybe do some chops. And then maybe do some mustache. I don't know. So many options, right?
I wish I had experimented a little bit when I...
You should.
That was the longest I'd grown my facial hair out ever, so...
I wish I'd experimented with my sexuality more, but...
Well...
Now I'm getting married, I can't.
Well... Yeah,
God damn it.
I don't know.
If only I had a time machine, Brad Pitt.
Yeah.
God damn it. Had to start off weird here. We are going to be covering the week...
Real quick before we go. Favorite Brad Pitt movie ever?
Ooh, favorite performance from Brad, or just favorite movie that he's in?
If you had to watch, you had your Desert Island, you can bring one BP movie.
Wow. I'd probably have to say Inglourious Bastards.
With you on that one.
I love Seven.
Bonjour.
Alright, Seven's great.
Yeah.
There's so many great. Fight Club is also my favorite all-time movies.
Is it? Okay.
Oh, Fight Club's amazing. Brad's amazing in it. He's super hot in that movie. That's my girlfriend said it. I swear, I didn't say it.
Well, everyone, I think that him in when he was shirtless, that's at the standard for what guys were trying to have their body look like, right?
Once upon a time in Hollywood.
Okay.
Newer one. It's not. We're talking
so
rest of time watching.
You're picking one, yeah.
Inglourious Bastards generally because it's a Tarantino and it's 3 hours long.
Yeah.
So I want to get more bang for my buck.
Yeah.
Desert Island.
Yeah.
Right. It's best album for albums. You want to always pick an album that's hour and 20 minutes. Regardless of how good it is, gives you just more diversity. And this in Fight Club's 2 hours, and Seven's probably an hour and 55. But I'm gonna go with the 2 hour and 40 minute. Tarantino that just is off the walls crazy.
Yeah.
Waltz in that movie, that whole
Waltz, yeah.
the fucking milk scene.
Oh, at the beginning?
Where they're underneath the floorboards.
One of the best opening scenes ever, I think.
Just the dialogue is so Tarantino, dude.
Well, Christopher Waltz is,
but just the dialogue, just the small talk, and just the nerves of that scene, as the viewer knowing that there's, the Jewish family underneath the floorboards. He's trying to kill them.
You're right. They did a good job of because he came in super polite, but you could just feel the anxiety.
He knew.
Yeah.
You're a Jew hunter, man. So is this week? This is week 9. I did want to bring up one other thing real quick. We talked about this outside for a second. Why horses don't have to, horse owners don't have to pick up their shit.
Yeah.
So I took my dog on a walk. It was almost 60 degrees yesterday.
Beautiful.
So why do horse owners not have to pick up their shit? Because as a dog owner, you walk anywhere, any park, fucking on the streets, people's yards, you best be picking up your shit.
Yeah.
It's a rule.
Yeah, especially public. Yeah, if you're out in public, right?
So why is it the other way around for horses?
Yeah, so my initial thought was, is there a horse permit? Do you have to have a permit to own a horse? Is it like a car? You know what I'm saying? You have a
license?
Yeah, almost like documentation because
you have to be rich.
That's a good point. So maybe.
So the rich don't have to pick up their shit?
Well, rules don't apply to the rich. Right. The rich make the rules.
And I get it's a lot more of a hassle to get off your horse after it shits 4 different times in fucking a mile walk to pick it up, and it's a giant thing of shit. But so this is not just a horse trail; it's a trail for everyone. Hikers, people that walk their dogs,
so they
just own the trails.
So how do they get to the trail? Like, do they bring the horse in a trailer and then walk them?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
So there's no permit for like. Can we just go buy a horse right now? Can we ride it down to the bar? Like, avoid DUIs.
Well, we talked about this.
Yeah.
So if you are riding a horse from the bar, can you get a DUI? Does the horse have to be drunk? Right? Like, because if you're the one on the horse, technically the horse, is driving you.
I feel like this was a.
So
what's the comedy bunch from like the 70s, 80s? The like the British comedy group. They made. Oh my gosh.
Oh. Monty Python?
Yes, yeah. I think they made a joke about this. Like, don't worry, officer. I might be drunk, but the horse don't worry.
Right.
Like, the horse can get me home.
Therefore, if the horse is drunk and you're sober, you still get a DUI?
That's my question, because we live in St. Charles. I live in St. Charles. I live, it'd probably be a 20-minute horse ride, I'm guessing.
Yeah, not even, dude.
Yeah. It's a 5 to 10 minute drive.
What that always reminds me of is Half-Baked, when he feeds the horse all the food, the Funyuns, and the horse dies. The horse, he's labeled a cop killer because it was a police horse.
Okay, yeah.
And the horse dies, and the cops come over. He's like, "What happened?" He's like, "Oh, I just fed him some Funyuns and some pizza, and all of his food is gone because he gave it to the horse." Yeah. It's great. But there's one other thing. When my dog saw the horse, so I had to put his leash underneath the chair. There was a little bench there, so I didn't want him to die. Get trampled, whatever. And so he was really intrigued by these horses. Never seen horses before. Sure. Yeah. And Far East Red Rocket was unbelievable.
Yeah.
My wife saw it, and it's big. It was big. Dude.
Gross.
Well, I know it's gross.
I know.
It's a big-ass dick.
So have you...
Dog dick.
With this revelation of Farley being horny from the horses, have you seen his search history recently? Like, is there
something? Laptop?
Yeah, is there something?
Am I going to go to jail for my dog searching shit, right? He loves bestiality.
Was it bestiality if it's interspecies? Is it interspecies?
Well, if it's just two animals fucking,
That's
no, it's not bestiality. Yeah. It's just animal sex.
It's just a horny dog.
Is that fine?
I don't know.
We cut his nuts off, though. He's not supposed to be horny.
Would you, if you caught Farley banging a horse, the horse sneaks over one night?
How would he get up there?
All right, the tiki.
I'd be super happy for him, dude.
Yeah, so.
Good for him.
Yeah. If the horse,
he likes bigger women or men or whatever the hell this would be, but.
If the horse is over there, I think the horse is complicit.
I mean, hey, dude, I don't think there's anything. Is rape a thing in the animal community, or?
Well, we just need a couple. I think rape's a very prevalent thing in the animal community.
But is it policed? Is there a...
No.
You know how in Zootopia, I don't know if you've seen Zootopia, there's a sheriff that's a fucking porcupine or whatever.
He's on the hunt for the rapist.
Yes.
In the movie.
Is there a...
Who's the guy fucking all the chickens?
The chickens back here.
Yeah. Come on, kids, read this book.
Oh, God.
So a couple important questions we need to figure out. One, can you get a DUI riding horse? 2, is a dog fucking horse bestiality?
Yes.
We're asking an important question.
Comment section. Put it down. What's your opinion? Can you look it up for us? We're we're doing a serious podcast here. We cannot be very distracted in these things. Yeah. Who brought that up?
We just posed the questions.
I brought it up. Oh. God damn it. All right, week 9 recap. Let's get into it.
The bestiality or what?
Just everything about it.
Yeah, your dog boner.
Yeah. Well, I saw it. It was just really big. I've seen the semi one before.
Yeah.
This wasn't a little bit. I always say it's a lipstick coming out of the tube.
You saw the turtle head.
This was legit. All the lipstick fell out of the tube. And it was
yeah.
It's disturbing.
Yeah.
Good thing our cocks don't look like that because we never get laid. The second you get turned on, the girl will be like, I'm good.
Yeah.
Every girl ever would just be a lesbian. Penises are actually gross with the vaginas. We like vaginas, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Is a vagina actually...
I've had a visual of a dog dick in my mind way
I showed him one.
I had never seen one. I've seen the tip.
I showed him one on my phone, by the way. I didn't just bring one over.
And
Here you go, buddy.
I got extra. Yeah, take this one.
Well, okay, real quick. This brings me to my next point.
What? There's more points about this.
No, this is about vaginas. Not dog vaginas. We, as men, like vaginas.
Yeah.
Why? I mean,
I feel like I'm being set up for something here.
No, like we like them for what reason?
Feels good.
Well, no, for sure. That I'm saying, like visually, we're like, oh, it's a hot pussy. Like, not to mince words here too much.
Yeah, no. I just
is there like there's some nicer looking ones.
The grand
there's some nicer looking ones, and there's other ones that aren't as nice looking.
Sure.
But none of them are necessarily nice looking.
In a vacuum,
right?
I think if you just an isolated picture.
Yes.
Like if this was just a vagina.
Yeah.
Nothing, no context.
Yeah.
No body.
Like,
I don't. I wouldn't like. But
and if we weren't
it would
guys,
catch my eye because I would be shocked. I'd be like,
what is this random pussy doing out her window?
Like what is that? Like I don't feel like unless I was in prison and that was the one picture I got like that, then I'd be all for it. But just in a vacuum right now, if I just saw just an isolated vagina, not for me.
Well, my thing is why do guys like we love it so much? We do. Yeah. We do dumb things for it. There's like so many people in prison for rapes and bullshit because of the vagina.
Yeah.
I would never go that far, neither would you.
Why?
Like Bill Cosby, bro, date raped a bunch of girls for the vagina.
Well, no, it's like late for him to nut. It's not for.
But it's because of the vagina.
I don't think he has Polaroids of vagina.
No,
like, I don't
but
think
it's
that was
because of the vagina.
Well, it's because of sex. I'm sure he also did butt stuff. Like,
well, of course he did. Yeah. Why wouldn't you? The girls are conscious. You might as well. When in Rome, like, we're not advocating for that.
Yeah. So week 9.
Week 9, Jets and Colts, Thursday night football.
Yeah.
Way to get off that one. There you go. Actually, Bill Cosby got off.
Well, he did. It wasn't like it was like a technicality.
Well, I was saying he got off.
Sexually.
Yeah, many times.
Yeah.
And he also got off on the charges. So.
Yeah. What was the?
Real quick, fuck you, Bill Cosby. Can we both give him a middle finger? There's one guy we do say fuck you and die because you're a piece of shit, and we hope you burn in hell.
Yeah, it's
right.
Yeah, I don't know why he's still alive right now.
Well, they should cut off every finger and toe and everything.
He's already blind, right? Cataract.
Yeah, but we should give him the Hostel treatment. You know, how we should give the Hostel was a great movie. Very disturbing, right?
Here's the way I would have. I'll let you finish. Actually,
I just want a hostile situation with Bill Cosby.
So here's my hostile scenario. If he were let's say he was the bad guy. I made a 2-part movie. Mm-hmm. He was the bad guy. He was the rapist in the beginning of the movie.
Yeah.
And at the end of the movie, it seems like justice. He gets sent to jail, right?
Yeah.
Like part 2 would be the guards sleeping in roofies in his food, so he's getting raped unconsciously, and no one believes him, just like the girls.
Let's go.
Right.
Let's go.
That's the way you punish the man.
Hopefully that did happen.
Yeah.
Because death isn't a fitting punishment for that much of a piece of shit.
No, I think
right. That's a peaceful punishment.
Eye for an eye. Just don't worry. You're not gonna remember this, buddy.
Right. Hell yeah, dude.
No one's gonna believe you when you wake up. So there you go.
I'm in. All right, Jets at Colts, week 9. We're finally getting to it.
Yeah.
We promised it to you.
Yeah.
Jets ran 77 snaps. Colts 62. Colts 45. Jets 30 in a surprising barn burner of a high-scoring game.
Yeah.
And that was with Josh Johnson playing a majority. He actually had a hell of a game.
Yeah, it was.
Holy shit.
Yeah.
27 to 41 for 317 and 3 touchdowns. Only 1 pick in relief.
What is that? Is that a reflection of the Jets offense starting to click or the Colts defense not being that good?
I think it's you also forgot the garbage time / big lead potential.
I think he led 4 or 5 scoring drives in a row. So
right,
it wasn't garbage time.
No, I mean the defense, prevent defense.
They weren't playing prevent.
No.
Not if you watched it.
Oh, well, I was watching.
No, it was competitive. The Colts were coming the whole time. There wasn't. It's easy to seem like the Colts were killing them, and it was, but no, he led 4 or 5 drives.
All right, well, I'm gonna have to say it's a reflection of the Colts defense because
I think the Jets the past few weeks had kind of turned it on.
They are.
Yeah, so I think it's a reflection of the Jets improving.
Elijah Moore. Oof.
Yeah.
I mean, it's good.
Yeah. He almost cost me a victory this week.
Yeah, and Sean and our we co-managed. Sorry if any of Sean's.
Oh, I was playing Sean.
Yeah, he started him, and I advised him not to.
Yeah.
Well, I just said wait and see more for him, and he looks really good and explosive and fast, and he's like a young, better Jamison Crowder. Is what he is.
I think Crowder's return helps distract it because Crowder's liable to go for 8 catches, 10 catches every game. So he's a distraction for the defense. And I think Moore is taking advantage of that. So plus the running game is exploded too. Carter and Ty Johnson.
Keelan Cole, dude. You see that catch he made, the one-hander?
Yeah.
Dude, remember the couple catches he had back with the Jags?
Yeah.
That guy's like fucking Odell Beckham, like before the bullshit.
He reminds
good
me.
player.
Yeah. I can't remember who it was.
Sticky hands.
Yeah, yes. Very good hands.
Is he always just having stick him on his hands? Or I was going to say something else, but I didn't want to. We've rotted their minds enough with the semen talk.
We've already lost everyone that's going to be watching at this point.
They could just fast forward. Right?
Sure. That's right to the end, yeah.
Yeah.
It's over.
Watch the intro, watch the end with the cat pound, and we're good.
Yeah.
No, I think Keelan Cole is solid. And, so Cole played 49%, Crowder 79%, Moore only 60%. But Moore had 7 for 84 and 2 touchdowns. Yeah. Crowder had 7 targets, 5 for 38, no touchdowns. I want to talk about the running backs, though, real quick. Michael Starter. He had 13 for 49, but he played 58%. And Ty Johnson played 42%. Now, Ty Johnson had 2 for 40 and a receiving touchdown.
I think that's
He's
3 games
nice.
in a row.
With a touchdown?
Yeah.
Wow.
So if you want him, I'll trade him to you.
You have him? Balls deep?
And I'm David Johnson. I'll throw him in.
I'll give you everything for him.
All right. We'll discuss it afterwards.
Any Jets thoughts for you? Or
any what?
Jets thoughts. Besides they're turning it on.
Well, the Jet, that's to me that's the biggest thing. The Colts are playing the way I was expecting. I know we discussed that quite a bit earlier in the season. They had an opportunity to turn it on. But the Jets being as competitive as they are is impressive to me. I looked like Robert Saleh was lost, but now he's found. He's found a rhythm.
See, that's why I have him on the podcast, even though he is my co-host and we do it at his house.
Yeah, we do it at my house on my phone.
This is why I had him on. He knew Robert Saleh's name. Which is, I'm telling you, not many of these fucks know.
Well, he was a coordinator for, was it the Niners?
You would know more than I would. Yeah, he probably was. He looks like a Niners guy.
I think he was a defensive coordinator for the
Niners. Like a Shanahan kind of guy. Shanahan's a douche. Also a terrible coach. We'll get to that later. But
yeah, him and Kingsbury, I just don't like their demeanor.
They're both shitty. I mean, Kingsbury has a better team.
I don't think that they're obviously they're good, decent enough, well enough coaches, but just their cool guy, I don't know.
Yeah, wearing the aviators in the sidelines, not even aviators, like something more douchey than that.
To me, 100%, at least with Kingsbury, because I've obviously seen him so much more than Shanahan. Kingsbury reminds me of an insecure fucker that acts cool. Like he transferred schools, and so now he's trying to reinvent himself.
Yeah.
But like
21 Drum Street, they're like, going back to high school, boys.
Kinda, yeah. I look at him like, this is just so fake. Like, I don't know. Whatever. Yeah. But as long as it works, as long as they win.
Let's move on to the Colts real quick. If you're wondering what I'm wearing, this is an old school Cubs batting practice jersey. Gary Gaetti. Oh, nice. My favorite baseball player ever. Man's nose is so big he lit a cigarette in the rain. Oh. True story.
Nice. I didn't know. I can't picture him.
He played way back in the day, like 1980 to 1999.
I recognize the name.
Has a lot of grand slams, and the guy was, you look him up?
Yeah.
Oh, he's the rat, bro. Go to the images. Love him, dude. Gary Gaetti. You didn't spell it right.
So this is not him. I was gonna say he looks.
That is not him.
I was gonna say he looks young. Like
no, Gary Gaetti was the rat.
Gaetti.
Yeah, this is Gary Gaetti. Best mustache in the world, bro.
Yeah, that's nice.
Look at this fucking guy, dude. Fucking rat.
Yeah.
Good looking guy. Facial hair master, dude. And I'm all about that. As you can see, right?
Naturally.
So, thanks, man. Colts, 45 points.
Yep.
Killed it.
Yep.
Jonathan Taylor, very, very good at football.
Yeah. And he missed almost the entire second quarter, I think.
Is that right?
He missed probably 8 minutes of it.
Wow.
He got a knee banged up and it looked like he may have been hurt seriously.
I was bowling.
Initially, it looked like he may have been hurt seriously. But then,
research.
Then what's his nuts came out. Hines came out, scored that long touchdown, and played another drive. And then all of a sudden it was the 2-minute warning, which Hines would have been anyways. And he came back out in the second half and destroyed.
Yeah, everyone killed it though for running game. Taylor had 19 carries, 172 and 2 touchdowns. Wow. Not 78-yard long.
Yeah.
He's like I'm gonna say he's like a Nick Chubb.
Yep.
He's the same size, like maybe not quite as like agile as Nick Chubb, but
Well, I think in a couple of years he'll have the same. I think Nick Chubb's a little bit stronger. Like I think he has a little more balance.
Yeah.
I just think he's more developed. I should say.
Good. Wouldn't Jonathan Taylor look really good on the Chiefs?
Yeah.
I'm just saying they're running out this Gore guy.
Yeah.
They need a pounder, bro. How about you just draft Jonathan Taylor, who went 41st? You took Clyde 32nd.
Yeah.
Or Swift.
Yeah.
Then you get your dynamic guy. He's not an every down guy, but he's an Alvin Kamara. You could have either of those two guys instead of this whole pipsqueak.
Yeah. I'd be curious. I mean, I haven't. I'm sure they've been asked before. I'm sure they've responded to that question. I haven't seen any response from the GM or from. Is it Andy Reid the GM there? I don't think so.
Well, you might as well be, but
yeah. But you know, what I'm
saying, CH is smaller than both. Jonathan Taylor's legit 235, so he's bigger than Chubb actually.
Yeah.
And DeAndre Swift is the shiftiest Swifty ever, and CH is tiny, and he's slower than both of them.
Yeah.
So it's like, why are you taking the smallest, slowest guy when both these guys have proven Swift for sure as a pass catcher, and Jonathan Taylor is already ahead of where Nick Chubb is now as a pass catcher. He has solid hands. He's not amazing, but he's not running routes, but he's not Derrick Henry, dude.
Yeah.
And they're not using CH in the passing game anyway.
Yeah,
so,
it is confusing.
Dude, I'm telling you, you're like they might cost themselves a Super Bowl right there with that one. It's hard to cost it on a running back pick.
Yeah.
But you could have had a fucking banger with home run potential.
Even I know CH was fantasy wise, CH his rookie year, he was anticipated to do really, really well.
Brian Westbrook.
But at the same time, I remember Taylor was also getting the same type of hype.
Well, Taylor was a 5th or 6th round pick because Marlon Mack was the incumbent and they had Hines, and it was like Mack's going to start the year.
I should say maybe career potential.
In terms of dynasty, for sure.
Hype was there,
for sure.
Yeah. But CH was supposed to be instant impact guy.
So Hines had a good game, and his stock is up because Marlon Mack, they didn't trade, but he was inactive for this game. And I have a feeling he's going to be inactive going forward. He's more just, Jonathan Taylor insurance. So both stock up because Taylor is going to get all the work he can handle. And Hines is going to be, if you can predict a game script where they're down, Hines is going to play 45%.
Yeah, he's still been getting...
He played 45%.
If you're still a full PPR, I think he's still averaging 5 or 6 targets over the last 4 or 5 games.
Yeah.
So his rushing attempts aren't there, but...
No, he had 12 total, or he had 10 total touches, 6 targets, 4 catches, 6 carries. He had 6 for 74 and a touchdown.
Yeah.
He's a very good, he's a home run hitter. He's a good player.
Yeah, I'm comfortable. I'm glad I started him this last week and now legit in the full PPR with the 2 flexes.
Yeah.
I'm comfortable starting him, just plug and play. Expect bad, he's not going to have blow up 20-point weeks every week, but I think he could average 12 or so.
All right, tight ends. Wide receivers, we know the usual suspects. Pittman had another touchdown, of course. Yeah. 6 targets, 5 for 64 and a touchdown. He played, it was like 85%. Pascal played 84%. He had 7 targets, 4 for 58.
Yeah.
He looks like the only other guy you want there because everyone else is hurt, but it's a risky play. So, Jack Doyle and Mele Cox. Jack Doyle got a touchdown.
Oh, okay.
So he had 2 targets, 1 catch, 1 yard, and 1 touchdown.
Very efficient.
1 for a long.
Long.
He's very efficient.
Yeah.
You know what that means?
No.
Well, Cox. He had 61% of the snaps, Doyle 68%. Cox only had 1 target, 1 catch for 28 yards. So I still like Cox more than Doyle. And you're asking me why I'm talking about this. Well, Doyle loves Cox. Angel likes Cox. Wow. Yeah. You don't want either of these guys.
Yeah, neither of them excite me.
No.
If
there was an injury with the other one, would you like the other one more? Or?
I mean, doesn't matter how many Cox you throw at me. I'm not going to enjoy any of them.
Okay. Unless it's Andrew Luck's cock in your Jack Doyle. All right. Browns-Bengals. Battle of Cleveland.
Yep. Yeah, this is one of the games I paid most attention to.
Ohio battle here. Browns whooped their ass 41-16. Wasn't really even that close. Interesting note on this game. Bengals ran 75 plays. Browns ran 48.
Yeah,
so
watching this game, it was actually closer than that.
Yeah, Bengals marched on the field and Joe Burrow threw a pick on the pick six and the fucking what?
That was the first drive of the game.
Yeah. So 99-yard interception.
Yeah, they were about to score like, a nice 5-minute drive, scored a touchdown, and instead it went the other way, and then wheels kind of fell off a little bit there.
Yeah. So Nick Chubb has COVID now, apparently. Very good at football, though. It's what you expected. Only 14 carries with 137, 2 touchdowns, adding in 2 for 26 through the air, so that's a big game. He's probably out this week. Well, he's vaccinated, so he might be back.
Yeah, he needs to test negative. So.
2 times.
Yeah.
We'll see. Dearness Johnson, 8 for 16. He's the only one that touched the ball besides Nick Chubb. Wide receiver-wise, Odell, he gone. Get out of here.
Baker looked good.
He did, actually. Baker was 14 and 21 for 218 and 2 touchdowns.
So I'm starting to think that myth where the Browns are worse with Odell.
Sure.
Because they went with a 3-0, and then he came back.
Better without Odell.
I'm sorry. That's what if I phrased it wrong.
Mm-hmm.
Right? But he came back, and they went on like a 3-game losing streak. He's gone, and Baker has his best game of the year.
So receiving wise was tough because a lot of people started Landry, and me included in the league. I'm in last place in, so I don't talk about that too much. But Landry is the obvious guy to get 8 targets, get all the work.
Yeah.
He did play 67%, Schwartz 58%, Peoples-Jones 60%, Higgins played like 7%. Landry had 5 targets, 3 catches for 11 yards. Not what you wanted. He almost had a touchdown, but I think he dropped it or it was a bad throw.
Something was off with him, man.
Yeah, he's probably still hurt.
2 or 3 last week, too.
So, Peoples-Jones, though, 3 targets, 2 for 86 and a touchdown. I started him in a couple leagues. Pretty nice there. I'm happy. He's a good player.
Yeah.
All he is, he's an Odell Beckham light. So, but he's not like a whiner. He's not a grinder.
Less maintenance, right?
Yes, and he can go deep and perfect fit for that offense, right?
Yeah, if he has 1 or 2 catches, it's not going to be a social media meltdown. Like you can manage your team a lot better if not every player has to eat every single game.
The thing is, he's a boomer bust option, a wide receiver 4 in my mind, where he is very capable of having 2 for 20, but also capable of having 4 for 130 and a touchdown. Yeah. So, it's more start at your own peril because it's not always going to go this well. He almost had 2 touchdowns. The other one was a 28-yarder. He got caught in the 2-yard line there. But I like him.
Yeah.
As a player, right?
Schwartz, I kind of like,
too.
and
Schwartz is more of a Landry type, right? PPR guy.
I agree,
so.
yep.
Okay, moving on to the Bengals.
Oh, real quick, Felton, too, someone with Beckham now gone.
Yeah, but Felton has COVID, too.
Oh, does he?
Yeah.
Okay.
They both have COVID.
Johnson.
Yeah, he's going to kill it. He's going to eat, dude.
Mahi.
Mm-hmm. All right, Bengals, 75 snaps, only 16 points. Very crazy. Joe Mixon, though, 2 touchdowns. Does he already have my bet? 1 away? 7.5 rushing touchdowns.
Oh,
I think he's got 6.
Yeah, he's been killing the last few.
Yeah, so. Joe Mixon's really good.
Yeah.
Wish I had more shares of him.
Yeah.
He had 5 catches for 46 yards as well as 13 rushes for 64 yards. He had 2 touchdowns, 2 rushing touchdowns in this game. P. Ryan, though, is the guy to own as his backup because he's the only other one getting work. 33% of the snaps, Mixon 63. There's nobody else. And he had 5 carries for 20 yards, and he added in 2 for 17 on 3 targets.
Do you remember what he did when Mixon missed the game?
No, I don't think he mixed it. Remember, he mixed it. He came back and actually played that game, but it was like a 60% P. Ryan, 25%. No, he didn't actually miss it. Okay. And Mixon ended up salvaging a rushing touchdown that game, but P. Ryan had the receiving touchdown. He had like 15 PPR points.
Okay.
And that wasn't even with Mixon out, so he's a priority ad for me if you want. And he's a guy you could possibly start because he's going to get some work.
Yeah.
It's not great work, but I mean, if you're in desperate times like I am in some of my leagues and you are in some of your leagues, sometimes you need a body.
Well, they're on a bye this week, so.
Yeah, that's the perfect time to pick him up though, because it's if you have a winning record, he's an upside stash. He's not a top 5 handcuff, but I feel he's top 10.
No, I like that because right now we're recording this on Tuesday, so waivers are tonight.
Yeah, people will be dropping him too.
By the time we get it out tomorrow,
people might be dropping him too. Yeah. So, any other thoughts on the Bengals here? We still like them. They've lost 2 in a row now. Lost to the Jets really hurt. Yeah, they're probably still gonna go 9-8. I'm guessing.
Yeah, I think that's something.
That's what we said. Either way, we said they'd be competitive. They'd be high scoring. Jamar Chase didn't have his best game.
Still stud.
Real quick, also, Higgins, 8 targets, 6 for 78.
I was going to talk about.
Jamar Chase had 13 targets though, only 6 for 49. and lost a bad fumble loss.
Yeah.
Who I want to talk about, though, is Tyler Boyd, your boy. He gone? Or?
Wrong kid died.
Jesus, bro. 2 targets, 1 for 11. What happened?
Yeah.
I'm glad I didn't buy into it because I like Tyler Boyd.
Yeah.
And I should have bought more into him this year because we were kind of off Chase and
Yeah.
I was off Tiggins. Tiggins. I don't call him Tiggins. T. Higgins.
Tig old Higgins.
That sounds racist, but Tiggins. I was off him, and I thought Boyd would be the guy. I thought they'd all have equal 900-yard seasons.
I agree.
You know what I mean? And he'd be the PPR guy. So
Yeah, I whipped on a couple guys that had almost 100 catch years last year. Boyd and Robbie Anderson. I don't understand it, especially with the way that Burrow's playing, man. Like they're getting a lot of chunk plays because Chase is doing so damn well. Like he makes up. He scores.
yeah, it should be open underneath. But Uzama's been taking that fucking.
Well, what I'm saying is like if you get a 50-yard touchdown on the third play of every drive, there's not that many PPR points to go around.
All right, not Bengals. Yeah, Bengals Brown. Broncos at Cowboys. Now, this was a surprising game.
Yep.
I believe the Cowboys were 2-point favorites. Jesus. And they were down 30-0.
And it was not that close.
That's fucking crazy.
After Von Miller, like that.
Yeah, they traded Von Miller, their franchise guy, defensive player, and then all the fans are, oh yeah, even though it's a great trade for them.
Yeah.
They got a second and third rounder for an old ass fucking player.
Yeah, Von Miller. It reminds me of Clay Matthews. When
Get out of there.
We went to the Rams. Remember, a year or two ago.
Get out.
Oh, they got Clay Matthews. What?
It's a good trade for both teams. I'm saying there are such things as win-wins, and the Rams won because now they have fucking Von Miller along with Aaron Donald, Leonard Floyd, who I wish the fucking Bears still had, and a bunch of other good players.
Yeah.
Jalen Ramsey. And
I'm a believer that if you're going to stack aside, I think stacking the defense is better because everyone can make a play. Like 2 guys can touch the ball on the same play on offense. Where if you
you can't double team everyone. Yeah. And the Broncos are in the weird stage of rebuilding and still being a 500 team. But Von Miller doesn't move the needle in my mind on their end. If you could get a second and third rounder and then possibly trade up, you could trade those 2 picks for a 23rd overall pick in this upcoming draft. And if you have, let's say, the 11th pick and they need a quarterback, you could trade all 3 of those picks for the number 1 pick if you want to.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It gives you flexibility.
Yeah.
And they don't need Von Miller, dude.
I don't know. Here's the way I think about it is, let's say Von Miller was on the Rams his entire career and the Broncos made the trade right now. I think everyone would agree that Von Miller on the Broncos right now, if they made the trade, are a better team with Von Miller.
Yeah.
So it's.
But how much worse are the Broncos? You know
I don't think that they don't think they're a rebuilding.
Apparently
team.
they're better because they just worked it.
They're tied for first place, I think.
Yeah, but do they have any chance of winning the Super Bowl this year?
I don't think so.
There you go. No, they don't. It's true.
No, yeah.
Okay.
That would be a shot.
So,
that'd be crazy.
Their running backs were 53-47. Melvin Gordon 53. Javonte Williams 47%. Javonte Williams, I'll keep on saying it, is the better back. Not quite as trustworthy, but he was 17 for 111. No touchdowns, but that's 6.5 yards per carry. Melvin Gordon was 21 for 80. He had the touchdown, but that's 3.8 yards per carry. And did you see the one run from Javonte Williams where he was just carrying people again?
No.
Dude, it was one of those a couple weeks. Yeah. This was even better, dude.
Yeah.
Dude, he broke through the pile. Originally shouldn't have got
to the
through.
left.
To the left.
The field, right?
Dude, and he had 3 guys on him, and everyone stopped playing. The next thing you know, he's out of the pack again.
It was like a 12 or 15 yard run, right?
No, this is probably his 20.
Okay, then no.
30-yarder.
No.
Bro, the man, I told you, I call him Nick Chubb because he's actually a more physical. He's not quite the agility of Nick Chubb. This guy is the strongest player I've ever seen. He's Marshawn Lynch, I guess.
Nice.
And that's what I've seen. I've never seen 3 guys on a dude. And then the dude break out.
Usually when there's 3 dudes.
He's
the guy's in trouble. He's going to be sore tomorrow.
Yeah. No, there's no penetration.
Who's that thing about penetration?
I didn't. Simulated it.
No, you did.
Oh.
Yeah.
My bad.
All right.
So, rest of the year, who do you want?
I think Williams has the upside. Melvin Gordon, he's not going anywhere though. I really don't want either of them, to be honest.
Right.
I think the Broncos are overrated.
Would you trade Antonio Gibson for Javonte Williams? You might get death threats in your name, but
I'm just curious. Like I don't know. I don't understand. I don't understand that one. I really don't. I genuinely don't.
Me neither.
It's.
I like Javonte Williams more. I did. He's my PP.
I'm just curious. Like what?
Remember,
what do you see in Javonte Williams? Like, because Gibson was projected to be like a top 10 back.
Yeah. Nothing's changed really.
So Javonte Williams is that much better? Like
as a player, yeah. No, they're similar, dude. Gibson's a good player, dude.
I don't like. What do you see in Gibson or in Williams?
I think it's a wash. I think I'd rather have Gibson.
Yeah, to me, it's no question. Like,
right.
No question.
And you're not even a Gibson guy. So.
I don't like either of these guys.
Right.
But if I had to, my choice between two, it's Gibson by 3 or 4 fantasy rounds. Like it's not like
as of right now.
I would say Gibson's the 3rd round pick and Williams is the 6th or 7th.
No, he's moving up.
I'm saying to me personally.
Okay. All right. So Tim Patrick had a nice game. 4 for 85 and a touchdown, 5 targets. Cortland Sutton did nothing. 2 targets, 1 catch for 9 yards. I believe he cut a 2-point conversion. But that's not what you expected. So Jerry Judy's killing him. 8 targets, 6 for 59. And he only played 60% of the snaps.
Yeah.
Now, I believe it was the fact they were destroying them. They didn't need him. Perfect for him because he had a decent game. And they could rest him a bit towards the end, and then they won. Going forward, full go Jerry Jeudy all day. Let's fucking go. Yeah. Wide receiver 2, right?
I think so. Yeah,
we love him. I mean,
we did preseason. I'm excited to see him back fully healthy and in shape too.
Yeah, yeah, and this is a nice tune-up game for him. They win the game. He got some work. Got to rest a little bit. Only play half the snaps.
Yeah, he came back. First week he still had 4 catches, I think. So
yeah, I like him a lot.
Yeah.
Teddy B had a nice game too. 19 to 28, 249 and a touchdown. I mean, Carolina's kicking themselves because you could have just had Teddy B.
Yeah,
we like the allure of. I was gonna say Sam Bradford. It's Sam Darnold. They're kind of similar players, right?
Bradford was better, I think.
Yeah, probably.
Well,
he looked so good early on.
Wrong. Sam retired.
Fuck, man.
Here's the thing, too. If they didn't sign Darnold, and Darnold didn't start off gangbusters, I know right now it seems like not the prettiest picture, but they could have had Deshaun Watson probably. Like, they were in the running for Deshaun Watson, but then they had...
no, we have Sam Darnold.
Yeah.
Oh, God. All right, Cowboys. All their points, I believe they had 2 touchdowns, 2 2-point conversions in the late 4th quarter. So they were down 30-0.
Who's the Cowboys kicker?
0-line.
Yeah, it sucks.
0.
Him, yeah.
I actually used a waiver claim on him in XFL. Probably not smart.
Sorry. Just, you're saying this week or last week?
2 weeks ago. I'm just saying, good kicker, dome team, good offense.
The fact that they scored 2 touchdowns and went for 2 twice.
Right.
It's not his fault. That's just
just in general. What are you going to want? The 2 points? I don't want the 2 points. Give me the 0.
I'd rather have the 2 points.
You would?
The not, yeah. I think I'd rather have 2 points than 0 points. That's my general philosophy in fantasy football. I'd rather score points than not.
So you'd rather fucking fatty than not have sex at all?
That's not the same.
Yes, it is.
No, because I'm not in a scenario where. No.
Sorry to fat shame people. I'm talking about a real big fatty. All right.
No, but I'm not required to make that decision. Like
you're not required to start a kicker either. You don't have to.
It's in my benefit, but there's no benefit to me going out and seeing, oh, that's a really fat chick. All right, well, either I can have sex or not. Like, I guess I'd rather have sex. So, but that's not a choice I'm willing to make. With a kicker, there's potential for glory.
I get it.
There's no potential for glory in that, I don't think.
Good blowjobs.
Yeah, effort.
She may fracture her ankle and walk back to your house.
Your memory.
I have good memory. You tell me any story, remember all the details, and I actually remind him of it.
I'll remember that now. I'm not going to tell you shit now.
Damn it!
I forgot about that.
Don't worry. I don't know what you're talking about. All right, Dak Prescott salvaged his day. It was a really bad day. 19 out of 39. That's a 48% completion percentage, dude, for 232. Now, he had those 2 late touchdowns and 1 pick. So he should have had a 4-point game. Zeke, rough, 10 for 51. Pollard, 4 for 11. Bad all around, dude. Cooper, 2 for 37. Lamb had 9 targets, 2 catches for 23 yards.
Yeah,
Wow. It was just trash all around. I don't really have much written down here for them. I have Zeke 53%, Pollard 39% snap share. Better days ahead, and this is just a bad game. Maybe I don't know who they face next week. I'm curious to see. It must be a big game because they must have been looking ahead.
This is after a bye. There's no way.
Yeah, what I'm saying, after a bye,
They didn't
what
spend
are
the
you
bye
doing?
playing 3 weeks ahead. Like
They didn't?
I don't think so.
I don't mean it like that, but like they play the Falcons next week at home, so that's a very interesting game. Falcons minus 8.5, or sorry, Cowboys minus 8.5.
Yeah, I to
I
me,
think the Falcons, right?
to me, I didn't watch much of it. To me, it was Dak was rusty. He
Yeah,
hadn't played in 3 weeks. So
He also was getting pressured like a motherfucker, dude. So I mean,
when the running game's not going and he's rusty, he probably wasn't feeling 100%. Probably a little like if he gets that hip hurt again, like he might be out for the season, right?
Very
So
true.
he's probably a little uptight, and that'd be my guy. I'm curious, what do you think about the Cowboys? Because 2-3 weeks ago we were discussing this off camera. Like they might make the Super Bowl.
Yeah,
They're
I still like
legit
them.
contend- Yeah,
I don't think this game means anything.
division. No.
I think their defense is. It's weird because their defense is leaky because they're aggressive. So those picks that Diggs was having, I saw him get burned multiple times this game.
Yeah.
And that's going to happen. So I feel like they can beat anyone, but clearly they can lose to anyone.
Yeah.
So it's a tough team to bet on, but I mean, I like Dak, I like Zeke, I like their O-line, I like their playmakers. I think their defense is above average.
All right,
Their coach is kind of a penis, but I mean,
who goes further in the playoffs? Is it the Cowboys or
Packers, right?
All right, yeah, let's do Packers.
Packers.
All right, Cowboys or Cardinals?
Cardinals.
Rams.
All
right, Tampa. So how are they Super Bowl contenders if they're going to lose to every other playoff team?
Because they have their upside is elite. Unfortunately, their downside is getting shut out, losing 30-0 at home to the Broncos.
And this might be some recency bias. I ask these questions.
Yeah, no, not even. I knew this is possible because I know their defense isn't as good as it's shown, and I love Dak, but like he's good.
In reality, they're not a Super Bowl contender.
He's worse than all the quarterbacks you just mentioned.
They're not going. If they don't get a first round bye, they're not making the second round apparently, right? Unless like the Saints or
no, they're going to win that game. They're just going to lose the other games. All right, Texans at Dolphins.
They'll beat the team that doesn't make the playoffs, but the teams that do, no chance.
All right, Texans and Dolphins. Look at this one fast.
Barn burner.
Trash. 17-9. Dolphins win.
Oh, first game in history, NFL history. 2-1-17 played.
I saw that. Crazy.
What a treat.
Yeah, what a treat. I had the Dolphins defense everywhere, which I loved. They got like 18 points or whatever. It was great.
They probably doubled their
Texans defense actually also got like 12. So it was a defensive team
really
battle, right?
game.
Yeah. Whenever you're talking about the team defense is doing amazing, bad game.
Who's the least or who's the most? Who's the tallest midget? That's what this game is.
Right. Who has the biggest Asian cock?
Sorry to all our midget viewers.
Is that a good one?
Or little people.
The biggest Asian cock?
Sure, yeah.
Yeah, my dick's 5.3. My dick's 5.4.
Huge American penis.
Tyrod Taylor was awful. 24 of 43, 240, and 3 picks.
That toss away, throwaway.
He was sacked 5 times. That throwaway was one of the worst.
I love how he's rolling out to his left, but throws it in bounds as he's rolling left. Like he literally just had to throw it like the same direction he was running. But
that was probably worse than
across the field.
Right.
Like not
just get it out of bounds.
Technically,
that Carson Wentz pick instead of the safety was probably worse. But at least I understand that he was trying to not take a safety.
We'll say, yeah,
right. Like that was worse.
Not Goff. Stafford had the same type of pick.
Did he? I didn't really watch that game.
Oh yeah. That's when it went off the rails for him.
Wow.
They got pinned back on like the 1 yard line, 2 yard line, and Stafford was about to take a safety, and as he was getting spun around, just whip it and right into the defender's hand somehow.
Oh, pick 6?
No, he got tackled on the 1. But.
Oh, good. All right, Philip Lindsay, 8 for 28. He only played 20% of the snaps, but that was kind of nice. I mean, I don't think any of these guys are going to be relevant all year because until like all of them die in a plane crash, there's one guy left.
I still like David Johnson going forward.
Really?
Especially with Tyrod coming back. They got rid of, Burkhead was the guy last week, but I think, did he play it all this week?
Burkhead had 2 carries for 9 yards, yes.
Okay, but he had like 18 carries last week.
Brandon Cooks had 13 targets. 6 for 56 from that, not great, but I like 13 targets.
What did Nico do?
Nico only had 3 for 25 on 3 targets, but Nico played 70% of the snaps. I think Nico is a wide receiver 4 going forward.
Yeah.
Nothing crazy, but
if you're going to pick someone up, I like Nico over David Johnson. But for some reason, there's something about David Johnson. I'm not saying he's going to be super relevant the rest of the year, but I think he'll have a couple games.
I get it.
Yeah.
Dolphins. So Brissett was playing because Tua has a broken finger or a vagina. What
Middle
is it?
finger fracture.
Yeah, he's a pussy.
It was the vagina.
Oh shit, I can't say that. Brissett 26 of 43.
He's a vagina, not a pussy though.
Yeah. Myles Gaskin got all the work. I started Ahmed in the league. It's a deep league. I'm embarrassed.
If only you had Gaskin everywhere.
I wish I did. Gaskin only had 20 carries for 34 yards and a touchdown, which is 1.7 yards per carry.
Not good.
Yeah, he sucks. But he also added in 6 of 23 through the air. Nice game, man. Myles Gaskin, look at you.
I'll take it. I mean, he was dropped everywhere.
Well, Ahmed had 4 carries for 6 yards.
Those are numbers.
And he had he didn't have a target.
Those are definitely numbers that you just
0.6
you just said out loud.
0.6 points. Okay, cool. I don't have anything listed for the wide receivers stat wise because you know who it is. Waddle 10 targets, 8 for 83. Gesicki 8 targets, 4 for 54. With that amazing catch, he's been touting him. He said that he's got one of the best hands in the league. Stick on.
Yeah, it looks good.
It was dope.
Yeah.
Dope. Smythe 2 for 27. Nothing else really. Mac Hollins had the touchdown, 3 for 22.
Devontae Parker is still hurt. Right?
Still out, and Will Fuller is probably still out. And I heard the report that they're going to activate. So they've been not playing Preston Williams for some reason, like healthy scratches, which isn't weird because Preston Williams is a solid player.
I have no idea what's going on with Miami.
They're just
done. Houston.
So they can go fuck. Yeah.
It's not a team I'm like the rest of the year probably ever going to bet on.
No, and I wanted to bet this game. They were -4. If it was like 3, I could move down to 2.5. I might have done it.
I was worried about Tyrod coming back.
Yeah, I was too. Yeah. But he looked even worse actually than Davis Mills.
So. Okay, Russ. Same with.
Okay.
He looked good. I looked decent as
Russ. So like Alec Baldwin killed a guy. Yeah, that's the movie.
I'm familiar with the movie.
Yeah.
I just my buddy. He went to military. Go ahead.
Is your buddy an island boy?
Yeah. He is. Yes.
Sorry. Go ahead.
He's in the Marines, so he went to the boot camp, but came back, and I guess Rust came out. It was on console for a couple of years, or not? Excuse me, PC. Just came out on console. I downloaded it.
Mm-hmm.
I don't like it. Cost me $60.
So
sucks. It sucks.
Island boy. You haven't seen that movie? Or it's like that movie.
You seen this?
It's a 1-minute movie of Island Boy. It's the worst thing ever. Island Boy.
Starring Leo DiCaprio.
Yeah, it's real bad. All right, Falcons at Saints. 27-25 Falcons in a fucking stunner.
Yeah.
Falcons were actually up like 17-3.
Yeah.
And Saints had a nice comeback, but
had the lead with like 2 minutes left.
So Matt Ryan, man, he's playing well. We kind
had
of
the lead with
buried
like
him
40 seconds left, actually.
Yeah. We've kind of buried Matt Ryan a bit. Not just our podcast, but I think the league and everyone has.
Yeah, it was.
He was 23 of 30 for 343 and 2 touchdowns. This is without Calvin Ridley, without Julio Jones, and against a good Saints defense.
Yeah.
So good for you.
Yeah, they're I think tied record wise with the Saints now, or maybe a game back.
Yeah.
But they also had a bye, so I think that's what the discrepancy is. But
so do you know who led the league in receiving this week?
No.
Cordell Patterson.
Really?
126 yards.
No shit.
Fucking guy, man. He's playing running back.
If I was him right now, I would renegotiate my contract right now.
Yeah.
I would not wait till the
I wouldn't play another snap.
That's what I'm saying.
Like fuck you, man.
He has the most leverage he's had in his entire career.
Dude, and he's just been miscast. Apparently he's always been a good player.
Well,
he's one of the best returners ever, right? So with the ball in his hands, we can agree he's a poor man's Devin Hester with size. And apparently he can read.
Yeah.
Saying he can play running back, receiver. Like, dude, he's always been able to. It's just no one like everyone thought of him as a gimmick. The Bears included.
You know what makes me think? He makes me think of Anquan Bolden as a gadget player.
Yeah.
Right. Like.
But right now he's not a gadget player because he has 7 or 8 touchdowns.
Well, but by gadget I mean he moves all
over the field. Yeah.
Takes snaps at running back.
The only reason the guys like Anquan Bolden don't is that they have too much respect and like it's not worth getting them hurt. Right?
It's like Percy Harvin with size.
Yes. There you go. But dude, it's crazy. He only had 9 carries, 10 yards, and a loss.
Very surprising. Yes.
But I didn't see it. No one saw it coming. I mean,
we had a brief discussion. I remember in the preseason because I had seen an article about how he was running back eligible, and the only discussion we had was like, is there something here?
Yeah.
Because he might get receiver numbers,
PPR
but
league.
you can put him as a running back. But we're kind of like, not that exciting. We moved on, and here he is.
Well. The whole Derrick Henry trade in my league with my buddy, he had Cordell Patterson as his number 2 that week, and I was like, you cannot be starting Cordell Patterson.
So he dropped him, then traded away Derrick Henry.
But somehow I still picked him up again, and he got lucky. But the point is that I was so far off in this one, and it's not on me. I never hated Cordell Patterson. It's the fact that it would have happened already by now.
Yeah.
Fucking 7 years in the league. Everyone whiffed on him, dude. It's not the draft. It's not like they whiffed on him in the NFL draft. They whiffed on him on every team. The Bears, the Vikings. How many? It's been like fucking 6 teams, dude.
Who else was there? Yeah, I can't think right now. But.
Well, I can tell you right now. So it was. Let's see here. Oh, jeez. Minnesota for 4 years. Then he was on the Raiders. Then he was on the fucking Patriots.
I remember on the Patriots.
Okay, and then he was in the Bears for 2 years, and then he was in the fucking Falcons. So 4 teams whipped on him. That's something.
Call me Cordell. I'll renegotiate your contract for you.
I mean, why? And like, okay, we'll get off Cordell. But you know, don't worry about your contract, Cordell. You'll get paid eventually, and you'll do nothing.
Oh, he's
like
34, isn't he? He's older than us.
Probably.
So that's
Russell Gage, though, dude. Yeah. That goose egg, 8 targets, 7 for 64, like that. Kyle Pitts only 7 targets, 3 for 62. Zacchaeus, though, 2 touchdowns, 3 targets. Now, breaking down this wide receiver room right here. Zacchaeus played 49%, Gage played 81%, and Sharp played 80%. So Zacchaeus had that awesome, weird little touchdown in a bunch of people.
Yeah, that little, like, it was like a 4 or 5.
Crazy, yeah.
That was more of a Matt Ryan.
I like Zacchaeus, but I kind of like Tajay Starp. He had 1 for 12, but only 80% of the snaps.
Yeah.
So
he led the team in receiving, or maybe second behind Pitts. Yeah.
So do you like Sharp or Zacchaeus going forward?
To me, I'm a Sharp because I've seen Zacchaeus do this once last year, and I think you had started Zacchaeus or pick him up, mentioned him earlier this year. I think
I started him in the league. Yeah, you got a touchdown.
Oh, okay. So with the opportunities, with the opportunities, it seems like he's doing well. Where Sharp seems to be kind of more recently on the scene. Are you saying that Gage is the primary receiver to own now?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I mean, let's just hope Ridley comes back.
I think he will.
Get well, Ridley.
I think he will. I think he'll be back.
Don't let the naysayers bring you down.
I think he'll be back in 2 or 3 weeks. I think he'll be back by week 12 or 13.
I hope so.
I think so.
I hope so.
Because eventually, if he's dealing with, assuming it's mental health, right? Like that's what he said, right?
Mm-hmm.
So if he's feeling depressed, usually after a few weeks of sitting around doing nothing,
right?
Especially as an athlete like that, I'm sure he's still working out. He's he's going to want to get back out there. That's the way he's going to feel better. So
let's go. All right, Saints. Trevor Siemian started 249, 2 touchdowns. Actually played okay. Wasn't enough though. Kamara, typical good game, 13 for 50 and a touchdown. Mark Ingram, 9 for 43, like that. Kamara also adding in 7 targets, 4 for 54 through the air. I want to talk about the wide receivers though. So this is rough right now. Which is crazy is that I saw Deontay Harris led the receiving group with 8 targets, 6 for 52. He only played like 40% of the snaps. He had 8 targets. Meanwhile, Callaway and Smith played 80% each. And Smith had 4 targets, 3 for 53. And Callaway had 6 targets, 3 for 25, but he didn't have a touchdown. And Kenny Stills also caught a touchdown, of course. That's just it's a mess.
Yeah.
And I'm still starting Callaway in a couple leagues that I have him in because they're deep, and my team's not good record, but I have nothing.
Yeah. Do you think when you watch Trevor, what do you think of him compared to the way that Winston was playing?
With Trevor, I see Peyton Manning. Facial wise, he looks like
okay.
All right. I saw you blinking. You're just like, what? He played under Peyton Manning, didn't he?
He was back up in Denver the year they won the Super Bowl.
Yeah,
but then
So I see Peyton Manning is what I see. The really bad Peyton Manning.
Okay, so to me,
he's okay.
I don't see much of a drop off. Like if anything, I see more accurate, a little more composure.
Yeah,
it feels like Winston was out there trying to prove something, whereas Simeon is more understanding of where he's at.
Well, Winston was also like afraid to turn the ball over.
That's what I'm saying. There's too much.
Simeon's like fuck it.
Simeon is playing. He's reacting where Winston was trying to force. Like we were talking off camera again a couple days ago. We're talking the difference between like force and power. Like he has the power. He has Winston. I'm talking about.
Yeah,
has the power, the talent to throw the ball 70 yards and make any throw in the book, right? But when you try and force the things, that's when you fuck up. Where Simeon's using his power, not force.
Love it. God, you're like a Rembrandt, bro.
Rembrandt? Yeah. He was an artist. He wasn't.
Oh, you're something.
So.
All right, Adam Troutman, though, I want to talk about him. He played 88% of the snaps. Now, he's available everywhere, and he had 7 targets for 47 yards. Now, it's one game, and he's been getting more involved, but 88% is nice, and Troutman's a good player. He was always going to be a project. I feel like he was overdrafted this year, even though I made some bets with you about him. I liked him.
Yeah.
But I still like him.
Yeah, I'm... So one of my... I don't know why this just reminded me of it. Maybe because we're getting close to that time. But when I was doing best balls over the preseason, over the summer, what I was looking at is... So we're in a couple leagues in best ball where you have to be the top 2, and then you advance to the next round. You have to be the top 2. So it's a high entry fee, but the potential to win $100,000, $550, whatever it is, right? So my idea was I need some variance going into assuming I make the top 2 to get to the next round. I want some guys that are a little bit different, and the Saints are one of the teams that I kind of cued in on. I think they play. I think it's a significant amount of games. 3 out of their 4 games are in a dome, I think. I'm trying to remember exactly because the Cardinals I know played 4 straight dome games to end the playoffs, right, or to end the season. Where the Saints I think are either it was a decent schedule in the preseason it looked like, or there was dome games. And my point is that coming into it, like you can buy low on some of these guys like Troutman. That might be a guy to hold if you're 8-1 in the one league. If you need a tight end, Troutman or Harris or Callaway, I think they're a decent streaming option when it comes to the tail end of the season here. But I can't remember the schedule exactly. So
that's okay. All right, ready to move on?
Yes.
Any other thoughts on the Saints or the Falcons?
I guess one question I would have for you is, I have Tony Jones on one of my IR spots.
Drop him.
Okay, that
Mark Ingram, man.
Yeah, that was my view. Yep.
I mean, I like Tony Jones too.
No, you read my mind because I had him, and I was like, once he comes back, no one else is getting the carry, but now Ingram's there.
Yeah, right. All right, Giants, Raiders at Giants, 23-16. Giants win. The Raiders are a fucking mess, and their season's over in my mind.
They were 5-3. First in the AFC.
I know.
Starting
everything
this week.
about it.
How are they over? Get out of here.
All right, we'll talk it out.
Yeah,
that's what we do.
They did not look good. I'll say that much.
Not that, just with
but the Giants. It
feels
like the Giants.
Happens.
It feels like Oh, you're right. It's there has to be a straw that's going to break that camel's back. Like, how many times can the team callous over some trauma? Right? Like, how many scars can they afford before they can't move?
There's been too many, dude.
Like, if you have 5 surgeries on your knee, eventually it's going to not move anymore, right? Mm-hmm. You can't just keep repairing and patchworking and just biding your time. Eventually, you're going to have to just get that knee replaced.
All right, Raiders first, 68 snaps to the Giants 56. So they were on the field more, and Drake was 45, Jacobs 44%. Jacobs had a nice game, 13 for 76, and he added in 4 for 19 through the air. I love the PPR. I love how he's getting 4 catches a game. And Drake's actually involved. 6 for 70 through the air. Wow.
Yeah.
That's pretty good. Mariota had a nice little 6-yard scamper.
And I think, they're bleeding a little bit. They just cut one of their starting cornerbacks. They might start to run a little bit more.
Well, you glossed over who it was.
Arnett? David Arnett?
Yeah. So in 2020, their draft, they have...
What's his real name?
It's
David. Is it David?
Yeah.
Who's the actor?
Damon Arquette, I think his name is. David
Arquette.
Either way, their first 3 picks, this is close to our best because, we're Bears fans and a lot of those picks are from the Bears, the Cleo match rate. They don't have any of their first 3 picks anymore on the roster. So Ruggs, I give him a pass on because there was never any red flags with him necessarily. But
he's just a young kid that made a bad mistake.
Yeah, normal. And he got a lot of money he probably shouldn't have gotten because he shouldn't have been a first round pick. Let's be honest.
I don't think that had any. I think he.
Well, he got to buy a car and a $2 million house, whatever.
Oh yeah, I understand. That's.
So Arnett, though, they took 19th overall, also in the first round, and he had many. I was telling you that he had 5 different accidents with rental cars so far in his NFL career. Is he a blonde chick that's 19 years old?
Why would anyone rent him a car? 5 cars in a year?
Why are you driving?
True.
First of all, you're a first round pick.
The fact that he had
somebody.
He's willing to just point guns at Cameron Sal, kill you. Yeah. How did he never get in trouble crashing I guarantee he had guns in those cars.
For those of you that don't know, he was released because it was a Snapchat or something.
He did the Island Boys song. He's one of the Island Boys. The Raiders nope.
Island Boys.
We can't have this on our team.
No, apparently I think what it was some typical piece of shit kind of troll was talking shit to him, maybe saying he sucks at football. I don't know the whole story.
Is that what it was?
Maybe it was an old friend of his. I don't know. I'm guessing.
I don't know who he was talking to.
I'm guessing with one of these guys, it was a nobody. He didn't even know, right? It was I'm in fucking Vegas. I'll fucking beat your ass. You're a pussy. You suck at football.
Yeah.
And he's like, oh, yeah?
I'll kill you.
Check out all my awesome, illegal, amazing guns. I'm going to kill you.
The real question is over under 2 weeks before the Chiefs sign him.
Under.
They already signed him.
Oh, why not?
Yeah, I'm surprised.
The thing is, I like teams signing guys like that. I don't like teams drafting those kind of guys in the first round. Right? Went to Ohio State, the dyed hair, gangster, dude.
I'm just curious. Why is it okay to, after they've done something poorly,
because you're getting value on that guy. You get what I'm saying?
Okay.
You're not spending anything on him. If it doesn't work, you cut him in an instant.
Got it. Okay.
If you spend a fucking 19th overall pick on a guy, he's a knucklehead.
Got it.
He isn't going to work hard. He's not going to come to meetings. He's not going to get in shape. He's probably going to fail drug tests. He's going to wave guns in people's faces on cameras.
Especially with the first round pick, he's getting some guaranteed money.
Bro, that's what I'm saying. You don't want to give those guys money.
Guaranteed dough, yeah.
Then you sign him as a Chiefs. Guess what? His money ain't guaranteed anymore. His livelihood's at stake. He might work a little harder.
Might put the guns down.
Yeah, I hope so. And then the real thing I want to tell you about is Lynn Bowden was their 3rd pick. So they had 2 third-round picks and no second-round picks. They took those first 2 guys in the first round. No second-round picks. Lynn Bowden was a wide receiver, and they took Brian Edwards, who I actually don't mind the pick in the 3rd round. He's been okay. He's a really poor man's Calvin Johnson.
He is.
Big
boy.
Needs
to develop,
Yes. But so they took 4 receivers in the first 3 rounds, which is just stupid when you have Hunter Renfrow and Darren Waller. They didn't know what they had in Waller, but just maybe don't take 3 receivers in the same draft.
No, I think they knew about Waller.
Then why are you taking 3 fucking receivers?
I think that was...
You knew a couple were going to get arrested?
Yeah.
So Lynn Bowden, though, a month after he drafted him, he was involved in a drug raid. I don't know the details of this. I just read about this. Because I was reading about how bad their draft class was. And so they cut from the team, though, after that. And then inactive week 1, I believe, of 2020 season. And they traded him for a 7th-round pick to Miami. 4 rounds of value lost.
Yeah.
Already.
Yeah.
1 game.
That he didn't play, yeah. No production.
So Arnett's only played a couple games, a couple solo tackles, whatever.
He did all right. He
couple big hits, yeah.
It's going to be, I think it's going to be a significant loss, I think, for him.
I'm just saying, that draft, though, they don't have any of their top 3 picks.
Yeah, that's,
it's been a year and a half, Cavs.
Is Mike Mayock still the GM?
Yeah. How has he not been fired?
Yeah.
Dude.
He will be after this year.
At that point, just start drafting white guys that read books. Because what they're doing, they're like, are you black? Do you have dyed hair? And do you have guns? What's the fastest you've ever driven in a car? If it's under 110, I don't want to do
the
it.
first question is, what's your 40?
Right.
4-3?
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Well, I mean, is Mark Davis still running the show there? Like, he's not Al Davis. Like, I don't feel like he's as influential. Like,
I would say
it's his haircut.
Well, no, it's the fact that
we'll put it up here.
We'll
recreate the Mark
It's the
Davis.
fact that he's the boss, a billionaire boss. Like, his words carry weight. He's the owner of the team, so...
Who is Mark Davis? A billionaire. That was my favorite thing ever.
But why?
We'll link the clip here. All right, Raiders, though, on a serious note, it's a mess right now. Dylan Waller.
Barbara Walters over here. Right? Darren Waller.
Darren Waller did have 11 targets for 7 for 92, so that's better than I thought.
What's Barbara Walters? Was he 2020?
Hunter Renfrow, though, bro.
9
targets, 7 for 49, and a touchdown. Stock fucking up. Wide receiver 3, a heavy wide receiver 3 right now.
Especially PPR.
It's wide receiver 2 in PPR, for sure.
Unfortunately, I traded him. But.
Well, you traded all your guys. I will say, Zay Jones, though, 96% of the snaps.
Yeah.
Only 1 catch for 20 yards, I believe. 1 for 20, yeah. 4 targets, but 96%, you can't buy that kind of snap share, and I like it.
Yeah, he just...
I like it.
No, he's literally jumped in the same... with Deshaun Jackson there, I'm not sure anymore. But I think Deshaun's going to take that role now.
Shit, I forgot about that. Yeah. What's crazy is Brandon Edwards played 93%. He had 4 targets, 0 catches.
Edwards, I like... I think to be Edwards he's going to come on at the end of the year here.
All right, Giants. 56 snaps.
Are we still in the noon games?
Yeah. Not really much to talk about here. Kenny Galladay came back. He had 2 catches. He sucks. He's really bad. 28 yards. He did play 55%. Kadarius Toney, who I started, had 55%. He sucked even worse. 1 catch for 9 yards. I don't get that.
It seems like when he's hurt, he might not play this week. He has 5 broken fingers on his right hand, and he comes out and plays, kills it.
Devontae Booker had 24 touches for 120 yards.
That's the reason why.
It's gone, though, after this.
But that's the reason why.
Still hold on to him, please.
I would bet money that's the most carries that any Giants running back has seen all year.
Yeah, and can we hold on to him? Because,
I still don't believe in him.
Really?
The Giants in general, when Saquon comes back, with all the receivers there's too many moving parts still. I don't think they've had their full ensemble of offensive weapons all year.
Oh.
So I don't think they've had the opportunity to open up the whole playbook and say, we can call any play to any player yet. The crazy thing is, I don't know that anyone's been out for the whole year, so they all might come back this year. The Giants might have
best team ever?
No, not quite.
Oh.
But
well, you never know.
There's something weird about the Giants. I don't have a good read on them. So,
all right, Patriots at Panthers. 24-6. Patriots win, and Panthers suck.
2 huge wins in the last 3 weeks for the Patriots are starting to become they look like they're a playoff team now.
And the thing is, this is such Patriots fucking mode. Mac Jones 12 of 18 for 139 and touchdown and a pick. This is what they want, right?
What was it? It was 3 weeks ago, right? They nearly beat the Bucks. They tuned up the Chargers, and they just tuned up. So. Yeah, Patriots coming on. That's
looking good. So I didn't write down a lot of notes here for the Pats. I did say that Hunter Henry's caught 5 touchdowns in the last 6 games.
Yep.
And somehow Johnny hasn't done shit, even though Hunter Henry just played 56% and Johnny 45%. Don't buy into Henry. The snap share isn't there.
If he's a free agent,
yeah, I guess you could
pick him up, but
yeah,
I agree with you. That's
so Stevenson though. I want to talk about Ramondre Stevenson. He looks amazing. The guy's 230 pounds. He's fast as lightning. 10 carries, 62 yards, and he also added 2 for 44 in the air. If Damian Harris were to miss time, I know they've been using Brandon Bolden 8 for 54 on the ground somehow, and 2 for 27 through the air. I feel like Stevenson would get the Damian Harris role. Harris had 15 for 30 and a touchdown. Scores a touchdown every game. Look at Blunt over there.
It's crazy. Like we watch, how many games have we watched of his where he should have like 2 or 3 every
he
game?
should have 12 touchdowns right
He
now.
scores a touchdown first quarter every game, I think, and then after that, it's nothing but penalties, calling back runs, and
he got a break in this game because Stevenson let him down. And that long catch and then a couple nice runs.
Oh, yeah.
They brought Damian Harris in.
I remember because I was playing against Damian Harris in the league.
It was a nice, like, opposite of what they did to Damian Harris, right?
Yeah. Hey, thanks for the 90 yards.
Right. All right, Panthers. Shit show. Crap. Awful.
I dropped Robbie Anderson before the game was over. He could have had 2 catches for 100 yards and 2 touchdowns, and I would still be okay with it.
So Sam Darnold, 16 of 33, which is 48% for $172 and 3 picks. Wow. CMC came back, played 49% and had 52. And also had 454, so typical 100-yard McCaffrey game.
Quiet as hell, though.
Yeah, well, he was coming back, so they didn't want to.
The worst game in like 3 years that he's played the whole game.
Pretty much.
Right?
DJ Moore had 14 yards rushing. That's what they need to use him for because they can't throw the ball to him. Yeah, 2 for 14.
Oh, 2 rushes. That's
yeah. So DJ Moore had 7 targets, 3 for 32. Thankfully, added in those 14 yards rushes. It sucks for me because I love DJ Moore.
Yeah,
and it's not. He's a better player than even I thought he was watching him. But his quarterback is a turd.
Yeah.
And
I'm not worried about DJ going for it.
He'll have better days. He'll be fine.
Are they going to start Darnold next week? You think?
I hope not. But PJ fucking Walker is an upgrade because he's
playing the Cardinals.
Are they? You sure?
No, I'm not sure, but I'm. In terms of percentage, I'm 85% sure.
Okay. Robbie Anderson, 3 targets, 1 catch for 2 yards. I'm picking him up though.
Good, take him. I wish I had just offered you for nothing, so you didn't have to worry about waivers.
He played 92% of the snaps.
Yeah, he does every week.
I know. That's why I'm picking him up because I want guys that are out there.
I agree. It's we talked about it a little bit. To me, it was someone that was always like a borderline starter.
Yeah.
And like whenever I started him, I was always disappointed, and whenever I didn't start him, I was always happy. So that's not a guy I want on my team. Like,
I mean, they're
offense. He stressed me out pre-week, like before, like Saturday night, Sunday morning. Should I start him? Should I start him? Should I start him? Don't start him. Oh, thank God, right? Or if I do start him, what the fuck was I thinking?
Their offense has to do better going forward, right?
I still think that. Yeah. I don't.
Well, it can't do worse.
I think Darnold just lost, like, since he's had like 3 concussions this year, so maybe he's just mentally, he's just fragile.
Yeah. All right. Well, we're gonna take a little break here. We're gonna get back to the late games. So, RobSquared. RobSquared.
Yes.
What's up?
That's me.
You always edit all this out anyway because you try to splice the videos. You don't want my dual RobSquareds. It's part of the fucking show.
No, I don't splice the
Sometimes you splice the second intro.
Do I?
You have.
No. Not if there is a second one.
Well, okay. There you go. RobSquared. There's our intro.
Our
argument.
Yeah, part 2. Oh. What the fuck?
Hey, when you're drunk, you hit me all the time.
I don't slap. I never slapped you.
I didn't hit you. There's no sound.
Dude, look, I have a patch here.
I caused the patch.
Yeah. You know how there's a new theory that the future causes the past? Lex Friedman. Podcast.
Yeah.
Podcast extraordinaire.
One of our sponsors.
Lex Friedman?
Yeah. He's sponsoring us. All right. Don't watch his, watch ours. All right, we're going to finish up the Week 9 games here, and this was a real stinker. Bills at Jags. Whoa! Bills were 14.5-point favorites. They lost 9-6. Wow. And one thing what we did call was that Josh Allen was not going to be good in fantasy this year. Now, he's still good. He's still better than Mahomes, apparently, but I just didn't think he'd be worth the value.
Yeah,
I'd rather have him than Mahomes.
Well, this is a couple turns in a row for him, right?
He's had just a couple bad games this year.
Is he? What's his best game?
He had a couple good ones, but it wasn't crazy.
Yeah.
None of them are crazy. And this was just disappointing. So he was 31 of 47 for 264. No touchdowns and 2 picks. He did have 50 yards on the ground, which is pretty sweet. Pretty sweet. So Zach Moss got a concussion. He had 3 carries for 6 yards. Singletary had 6 for 16. Moss did have 2 catches for 18 yards. I still feel like it's Zach Moss's backfield. I know you agree, but you don't want really anyone in that backfield.
No, Moss.
Moss,
yeah.
But it's not like
he's not someone I get excited about. Like he's like all right, at least I have Moss. Like, at least I can play Moss type thing, right? Like, he's not.
Yeah.
I don't think he's had over. I don't think he's had 70 yards rushing. I don't think he's had more than 20.
He's just
yards.
more of a touchdown kind of guy.
He does well enough.
All right. So receiver wise, Sanders played 99% of the snaps. Crazy. It bounced back here from his goose egg. 4 for 65, 8 targets. Diggs also 8 targets, 6 for 85. But Diggs is just not performing like you want him to.
Yeah.
For where you drafted him.
Yeah.
I shed tears for the man, and it's not his fault.
I
Cole
think
Beasley, though.
It's starting to look like a lot of our preseason predictions were jinxes now. Like,
right.
they tease us a little bit, like, oh, you guys got these right in the beginning of the season.
Yeah.
And now it's like the Steelers have won 4 in a row.
No, we're right on the Diggs thing.
The Jags. Like,
and the Allen thing. Get the fuck out of here.
Well, just saying. Yeah, I guess. I think. I'm just saying. I guess I'm thinking.
Cole Beasley, though, I read a report they're using him as a running back in terms of like the running game. He had 11 targets, 8 for 33.
So they're really just trying to end his career, so he's off the team.
Yeah.
Hey, why don't you play 34-year-old wide receiver, journeyman? Why don't you play some running back?
No, he wasn't actually lining up at running back, but they were using him as the running back.
Oh.
Right, as the running game.
Pardon. I got you. Okay.
Gabriel Davis, 2 targets,
Really?
no catches, crazy. I'm going to move on from the Bills. I feel like this is just a bad game.
Yeah.
They were off their bye, correct?
They lost to.
Yeah, they lost to the Titans and they had a bye.
Well.
No, they beat Kansas City and lost to the Titans, and they had a bye, and they come off the bye and lose the fucking Jags, bro. Wow. Either way, I'm not looking too much into this because it's just a bad game against a bad team, and I don't know what happened.
Yeah.
What I did read a report on is that what's happening to the Chiefs is happening to the Bills. Is that the defenses are playing the too deep shell, and it's pretty much taking away all of the explosive plays. And they know that Josh Allen, like Mahomes, is not Drew Brees, and they're not going to check down. Yeah, and eventually, if you get them in a 14-play drive, they're going to make a mistake. Because they're going to force the ball, right? Yeah. And that's what they've been doing. So
that's why running game on those teams is so important.
Right. So let's move to the Jaguars here. Trevor Lawrence got hurt. He actually came back in the game, but he has a high ankle sprain. C.J. Beathard was 2 of 2 for 33 yards, so probably just play him. C.J. Beathard. I like him. He was from the Niners, if you remember. Went to Iowa. I know a lot about C.J. Beathard.
Yeah, I didn't know that.
9-inch cock.
9?
Yeah. Well, that's what I heard.
All right, maybe you play him then.
All right.
As long as he doesn't trip over
Carlos Hyde, I played him everywhere this week, and it for the right reasons, man. He had 21 carries for 67 yards, but he lost a fumble and didn't have a touchdown. Only had 1 catch for 6 yards, so 22 touches. I mean, you can't beat it.
Yeah.
And the thing is, they won the game.
Yeah.
It's you get a guy that can play 79% of the snaps.
Was it 6-9, right?
Yeah, 9-6. It's wow.
No.
Yeah, whatever. No one else did anything, really. Agnew, 3 for 27. Chenault, 4 for 24. Marvin Jones, 3 for 21. Arnold had 4 for 60, 7 targets, but he only played 57% of the snaps. I still like Dean Arnold.
I wonder why. That seems like a low.
Yeah, it does seem like a low number. It's been lower than all the other ones.
Especially in a game that's that close. You want your best block. You want a good blocker.
One of the best receivers.
Deep, he seems like.
So we're gonna kind of gloss over this game a bit, just because I feel like it's a throwaway game. The Jags won a game, so obviously something's going on.
Really, if there's nothing important to say about it, it's the Bills aren't going to play that bad. The Jags aren't going to play that.
Right.
They just won their Super Bowl for the season.
Pretty much, man.
I mean, if Urban Meyer wanted to keep his job, he needed a signature win. He just got it. So
he was happy with that one too.
I would.
See him? How much coke and girls do you think he's grinding up on? Yeah.
I think he might abstain for a couple of weeks.
Yeah.
After the recent revelation that came out about him.
Private.
I think he's going to abstain for the rest of the season. I would guess.
Good for you.
It's only like a month. Like one more month, and then he can do whatever he wants again, right?
All right.
It'll be a white Christmas.
All right, Vikes at Ravens. 34-31 Ravens win. And one crazy thing about this game is the Vikes ran 54 plays. How many plays do you think the Ravens ran?
73.
98.
Woo! Yeah.
Whoa.
The Vikings. I watched this game pretty closely, but
crazy.
The Vikings.
Crazy.
I don't understand the Ravens. They are down 14 points and somehow make.
And that's not Lamar's MO.
No, and I don't. To me, I put some thought into this. I was like, Are the Ravens just that good? Are they comeback kids, or do the teams take their foot off the gas pedal?
No, Lamar Jackson's just a fucking stud, dude.
I legit think that the teams take their when they're up 14 points in the fourth quarter. I think they just take their foot off the gas and allow them to make a couple plays.
So Justin Jefferson had a 50-yard touchdown on like the first series, and he only ended up with 3 for 69. So he had 2 for 29. 2 for 19.
Cook was killing it.
Yeah, Cook had 17 for 110. He's very good. Jefferson's very good too. I still feel like Jefferson, this is a buy low for him. I mean, if you can. Conklin, 7 targets, 5 for 45, like that. Osborne, 1 for 20, not great. Thielen, 2 for 6, but he caught a touchdown, of course. But yeah, Thielen's a borderline wide receiver 3, touchdown dependent.
That's to me, that's a buy low.
Think so?
Because if the public perception is on par with you, where he's a wide receiver 3, I still think he's a wide receiver 2. So my point is if you can get him wide receiver 3 value, I think you're buying low. So.
Real quick, Conklin, what do you think about him?
Well, Herndon's still there, so
87% of the snaps for Conklin.
That's
good. 7 targets, 545. I like him.
I don't have a good pulse. I don't have a good temperature, good pulse on the tight end market or the tight end layout.
All right. So the Ravens, 34 points, won the game. Lamar Jackson, 27 of 41 for 266, 3 touchdowns, but 2 picks.
Yeah.
Still a game. You know how many rushing yards he had?
105.
120. How many rushing attempts he had?
18.
21.
Oh, man.
Wow.
I saw him short by about
what a fucking game.
5 to 8%.
21 carries for $120?
That's nice. Yeah.
That guy's a fucking beast, dude.
Where is he starting to become an MVP candidate now?
Oh, he's been one. Because of all the adversity the team's had. And
I'm going to look.
Go ahead. I'll keep on talking.
Yeah.
You think I can do that?
Go ahead.
So the transsexual movement that's been going on here, it's been what?
No, go on. I'm curious what your thoughts are.
Of that?
Yeah.
I think Dave Chappelle has it right. So just go watch Dave Chappelle's stand-up, and you'll get my take on it, because I don't want to crucify myself. Yeah. I can disagree with Dave Chappelle, and I can just say I like it, and I
don't know what's happening.
Oh. All right, so, there's some injuries here. Latavius Murray didn't play, so therefore Devontae Freeman was the lead back. He had 13 for 79, which is 6.1 average. No touchdowns, though. Le'Veon Bell got in the end zone, though, 11 for 48. Who I really want to talk about, though, was Rashad Bateman. He had, obviously, Marquise Brown is very good. What is that?
That's the MVP.
Oh, the MVP race. Ooh. I'll finish this game and we'll go to it.
Okay.
Leave it on. Leave it up.
Yeah. Go ahead.
Marquise Brown, 12 targets, 9 for 116. Shouldn't have traded him away. God damn it. Still have been quite a bit of leaves. Bateman, though, 8 targets, 552. Now, Sammy Watkins is supposedly back this week, which kind of puts a damper on both. Bateman or so Bateman. Yeah, Bateman is good. He's what they don't have. He's a physical, he's a dog, man. Andrews, 10 targets, 5 for 44. I still like Mark Andrews a lot.
Yeah, he's coming on. Yeah.
10 targets. You can't. Obviously, this game is inflated because they had 98 fucking snaps.
Yeah.
So, other than that, though, Lamar's good. I don't really like anyone else besides Hollywood and Andrews. And Bateman is a possible wide receiver 3 if it goes. Let's see what these odds are.
Real quick, you mentioned 98 snaps?
Yeah.
From your research, you look at the snap shares every single week. What would you say is a average?
60. 65.
So, what's the lowest you've seen?
40-ish. 45.
Okay.
No, I've never seen 100. So let's see. This week,
60 and 70 is the fair number?
Yeah, I'd say that.
Okay.
I'd say that.
So that's 90, almost 100.
What was the game this week? There was a low one this week. The Browns had 48 snaps.
So
because they destroyed the Bengals. A couple of long touchdowns.
All right. So, yeah.
48's real low. 75, 77, 78. Like, you rarely see anything over 85.
So, the Ravens are almost 50% higher snaps.
Pretty much.
That's crazy.
So, a lot of this game, like, Hollywood Brown was having a bad game.
Yeah.
They had, like, 1 catch for 5 yards in the first half. And then just game script and everything. All right, what do you got for MVP?
So, right now, according to Bet Rivers, the leader is Tom Brady at 3.5 to 1. Mm-hmm. And somehow Josh Allen, after that horrendous loss.
Yeah. So 4 to 1.
4 to 1. Kyler Murray, I'm surprised he's still in the top 3 because he's had.
Well, he missed the game.
Well, he had two bad games, and
right.
I think if the Cardinals lost, they got their asses kicked. That would make his case more.
Right.
But he's 4-1. Then Stafford 7-1 after that bad game. Dak 8-1 after that bad game.
Crazy.
And then Lamar's 11.5.
Yeah, I like that. Lamar, dude.
I like that
because if they can go like 13-4,
I think that's worth a $20 bet,
mm-hmm.
$25. Like, let's put it on there right now. Because if he goes, they win another 4 or 5 in a row.
I mean, he's rushing for 100 yards these games, dude.
If they can win another 4 in a row, let's say,
right,
that'll go up to 3-1, and you can cash out then. Like,
all right, Chargers Eagles game we both had a lot of stock in.
Yes,
we talked about this. We didn't do a betting show last week.
Yeah.
Can we just count this as a win for the RobSquared?
No.
Oh, it doesn't work.
Gotta put in a record.
Right. Well, this would have been our two smash pick.
It matters where it counts.
And it barely hit. Eagles, it was a 27-24. Chargers won. And the line was 2.
Yeah.
1.5 at the game time was actually pick 'em. Yeah. And we both loved the Chargers in this game. I put $600 in the Chargers.
Biggest bet of the year, right?
Well, biggest bet of my life. And I've been losing a lot. So it was, for me, I was already down around 1,000. And I was like, either I lose this bet and I'm done betting for the year. I said that before, I even made this bet. Or I win this bet and I'm kind of back.
Did you cash out the money you put in?
No. I'm going to let it ride.
You think so? What?
Yeah, I'm going to let it ride.
All right.
I got it.
Hey, don't worry. I just won.
I just lost the other money.
My last bet, I'm shooting 100%.
No, and it was very, very nerve-wracking because we wondered why the line was so crazy, right? It's because the Eagles now they have a good rushing offense, but the Chargers have the worst rushing defense. Which is ironic that Vegas realized the Eagles could run the ball even though they're missing Miles Sanders and they have fucking Jordan Howard. And now all they do is run the ball. Earlier in the year they broke the record for the least running back touches ever.
Yeah.
Which maybe is a sign that maybe you should start running the ball. We've been saying this forever, right?
What's funny is they cost me money early in the season because they weren't running. And luckily they start running and it actually won me money. I don't know.
So, not too many takeaways from this game. I don't have too much written down here.
Yeah,
Herbert killed it, 32 of 38, it's 85%, 356 and 2 tutties. That's almost perfect.
Yeah.
Almost perfect. Eckler, kind of a, standard-ass game, 17 for 59, adding in 3 for 23, but no touchdowns.
He was there to pick up first downs.
Yeah, and Herbert had 5 for 14 and a rushing touchdown, so that's a really good fantasy day for him. Keenan Allen, though, was back. 13 targets, 12 for 104.
Yeah. That's
what we've been waiting for. Mike Williams, not so much. Better than he had been doing. 5 targets, 258, had a 49-yard catch.
Yeah.
He'll be fine.
He's hurt. There's something.
No, he's fine now.
I
say this, I didn't put it on there. He had 88% of the snaps played. He had the bye week last week. It wasn't that. He's more... They're still looking for him in the end zone. They're still looking for him. Right. It just hasn't been hitting.
Yeah.
As a guy that has him everywhere, I've been watching.
Sure.
And he's okay. He's still wide receiver 3 for me, but he's as good as it gets for that because he's capable of 2 or 3 touchdowns in a game.
Yeah. Well,
he's also capable.
You saw what he did his first 5 weeks.
So he's boomer bust for sure. Keenan Allen's bridged the gap. I was saying for a while I'd rather have him than Keenan. I'd rather have Keenan than him now. I can take the L there. Where you drafted him though, and in general, take that apart. Mike Williams, awesome player. Good offense.
And you mentioned earlier the 2 deep guys, the 2 deep safeties. Maybe that's the new trend to minimize the elite quarterbacks.
Right.
Mike Williams, maybe they sell. All right, that's how they're stopping the Chiefs. That's how they're stopping these guys.
Mm-hmm.
The Bills. All right, let's do it against Herbert. And now Mike Williams you get the 1 catch.
What I like is Herbert's progression as a quarterback, and whenever he does get the thing is, if they just want to double team Mike Williams, the team's going to lose because you're going to have Keenan Allen single coverage. Mm-hmm. And you got to pick your poison, right? And look what happened this game. Keenan Allen had 13 targets, 12 catches for $104. So it's more likely there's going to be a completed 12-yard pass to Keenan Allen, and there's a 60-yard bound to Mike Williams. Mm-hmm. So maybe not teams are going to be like, all right, let's take away the easy ass. They marched on the field every time this game.
No, you're right.
It is to pick your poison.
Well, you're constantly adjusting. Like Mike Williams has been quiet the last 3 weeks.
Right.
Keenan Allen's been feasting.
Yeah.
So you're saying, all right, let's move him down now.
Yeah.
Take that away, double team Keenan, and now Mike Williams, instead of having two attempts downfield, he's going to have 6.
Yes. Nothing else really there. Parham had a touchdown, 3 for 39 had a touchdown. Cook had 4 for 48. They're splitting time. Nothing you really want there.
Nothing's
So on the Eagles' point, so Hurts 11% through 17 passes this game. $162 and a touchdown, which actually
how many
isn't
points
bad.
did they score?
24. Jordan Howard 17 for 71 and a tutty. Hurts at 10 for 62. Boston Scott 10 for 40. Kenneth Gainwell actually had the rushing TD 2 for 3. This is ironic that now like Sanders is out, Kenneth Gainwell isn't getting any play at all, even though he was pillaging all of his work.
I had saved my waiver.
Sirianni's an idiot.
I'd saved my waiver for 8 weeks, and like I cannot pass up Gainwell because he'd been coaching Sanders and 2 carries for a touch. I mean, at least he got the touchdown. But
wow. So Devontae Smith, good friend of Henry Ruggs, apparently played with a heavy heart. Devontae's played with a heavy heart every game because he actually performed here. 6 targets, 5 for 116 and a touchdown. Dallas Goedert, 6 targets, 3 for 43. I still like Dallas Goedert. Maybe they throw the ball more than 17 times. Quiz Watkins, though, I want to talk about him. And I've been touting Rager. Not touting. I liked him in best ball this year because he was a 19th round pick. And Rager had 1 catch for -6 yards. That's not good. But
I thought he wasn't going to play. Like, he was hurt.
Yeah, why did they play him after getting carted off with an ankle injury?
Yeah.
So Watkins, though, 3 targets, 2 catches for 9 yards. Watkins played 96% of the snaps. Even Devontae Smith played 71. I don't know if that's because he's a good blocking wide receiver. I don't know why.
I don't.
I just see that as a possible pickup because that's a lot of snaps.
You know, I'm curious. I don't know that anyone keeps track of this number, but we're talking about his pass attempts.
Yeah.
What was Herbert's pass attempts?
38.
38. So I'm curious, what do you think the average point per pass attempt is? So in this example, the Eagles scored 7 more points than there were pass attempts.
Yeah.
Where the Chargers scored 6 less than there were pass attempts.
38.
9
less.
9 less. I forgot what the final score was.
Ooh.
So I'm curious, like, is that relevant to fantasy success? I'd just be curious, like, Mahomes averages 50 attempts per game, but they're averaging
34 points.
34, so he's a minus 14, but
right.
Where's Kyler? We're 25, but they average 36. Like, so Kyler's one of the top MVPs.
I get what you're throwing down there, buddy.
I don't know the correlation. I don't know if there's anything there, but
right.
I don't know if anyone keeps track of that. That's interesting.
Well, this is just a bizarro game in general, and like we are both lucky to win money in this game because we knew the Chargers are a way better team than the fucking Eagles, right? But Vegas knew something different.
Well, we discussed it a little bit.
The matchup.
We discussed it a little bit. We're like, what? Like, we were trying to figure out what. The
only
only thing we can say is like, the Chargers' rush defense is just horrible. Like,
right.
But it felt like we discussed this a little bit. The way I described it was, the Chargers were moving with ease. Like, there was almost no hesitation. There's no resistance. Where the Eagles were dinking and dunking, chipping and going for it, and it's just. I don't know. It felt like the Chargers were in control the entire time to me. I think the score was closer in the game.
All right. Packers. Chiefs. Chiefs 13, Packers 7. 65 snaps for the Chiefs, 63 for the Packers. Just a shitty game.
How did
How
did the Packers hold the Chiefs to 13 points?
Packers defense is okay.
On the road.
The Chiefs offense is not good right now.
Packers defense is not good, dude.
The Chiefs offense is not good right now, dude.
Apparently, yeah.
As a Mahomes owner, I'll tell you right now, he's raping my ball sack and my butthole and every orifice I have. He's drilling holes in my side and sticking his cock in there.
A ball sack rape does not sound pleasant.
No.
I think I'd rather have my butthole.
Yeah, well, none of it sounds pleasant. Jordan Love sucks. He was not good.
He's like a ball sack rape.
Yeah. A.J. Dillon, though, he's very good. Is 63% Jones, 38% Dillon. Dillon is good in the passing game. 4 catches for 44 yards. Look at that.
They're going to be. I don't think he's going away either. With Rodgers gone.
RB3. Jones is a borderline RB1, RB2. I think Dillon is the premier handcuff right now. Honestly, I think he might be passing over Madison Pollard, or he's the number 3. It's close because he's just a better player, dude. That's a beast, dude. If he can catch the ball like this, woo! Yep. Aaron Rodgers, woo! Who do they have behind him? Woo! Nobody, dude.
Yeah. No, I like that.
Devontae Adams, 14 targets, 6 for 42. Not good. come back, Aaron, because he needs him.
Yeah. That's the headline.
Valdes-Scantling came back in this game. Lazard came back. Cobb's there. They might get OBJ. That's going to be a mess if you're not named.
Why don't the
Devontae
Saints
Adams.
go for OBJ?
They have no one to pass on. For OBJ's value, want him to go to Aaron Rodgers because he'll be fine.
Okay.
All right. Nothing really else there on the Packers. We'll go to the Chiefs. It's not great. Mahomes, 166 yards passing, 37 attempts.
In the first half, right?
What is that?
That's the first half?
No, not quite.
Oh, first quarter.
No, that's the whole game.
Oh, shit. Okay.
He had a touchdown pass, I suppose, but...
You suppose. In theory.
Bro, what's going on here?
They're in their heads right now.
Yeah, he's not very good anymore.
They're tripping over their own dicks.
Tyreek Hill, 11 targets for 37 yards. Hardman, 6 targets, 3 for 20.
The Chiefs already had their bye, right?
Yeah.
Oof, that's not good.
So I have Hardman down here for 65% of the snaps. I'm still like, I should gotta quit the guy, but it's hard to quit him.
Yeah.
Terrell Williams played 54% of the snaps, 19 for 70, which is nice. Adding in 3 for 7 through the air, so he's doing okay. I mean,
He was the only back worth mentioning.
Yeah, there's no one else. Gore, people were talking about, he had 3 for 13.
He had a nice game last week, but not the like.
Yeah. Be nice if they had Jonathan Taylor. I don't know who said that, but all right, moving on, because I mean, what else do I want to say? I still have a lot of confidence in Chiefs, and here's my thinking: is if you are the Bills, say, who do you want to face? Who would you rather face in the second round of the playoffs when you have your bye? Would you rather face the Chiefs or the Ravens?
The Ravens, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
So still, we can still say the Chiefs are the second best team in the AFC.
Yeah.
Maybe even the best team in the AFC.
Actually,
still, dude.
Real quick, that reminds me of a point I wanted to make on the Ravens. Is that I think they might have the best record in the regular season.
Yeah.
But I'm going to hardcore bet fade them in the playoffs. But with the Chiefs, I still can envision the Chiefs putting together five in a row. Like maybe start now. Like who knows? It's
right.
This might be like, all right, we beat Jordan Love led Packers at home by 6.
Yeah.
And we only scored 13 points. Like
right now they're -2.5 against who are they against? I put them in a tease. And it was 3 when I put them in a tease. Now it's on a 2.5. And they are against the Raiders. It's at Raiders, but they're -2.5, dude. I know the Raiders are kind of their kryptonite, right? Sunday Night Football, dude. Like,
is it?
I think I'm going to take the Chiefs, dude. Did I get caught in that again, or?
I can't.
I mean, you get where I'm coming from there?
I can't see it going the Raiders, like, in favor of the Raiders. I think that it's only going to go... Actually, I should say... I think it's going to go. It'll be 3 or higher.
Yeah, well, it was 3 and now it's a 2.5. So
fuck it was. See, okay, I have no. I'm thinking publicly. I wouldn't bet this game personally. I'm not going to bet this game.
Right.
Personally.
Well, the Raiders are in peril. Anywho's, I had a guy I bowl with that is public perception, right? Because the Chiefs are this big team, and he was just telling me on Thursday just how bad the Chiefs are. Right? Oh, they're trash. They're the worst. They're not going to make the playoffs. I'm like. So here's the exercise I did. I said, name me 3 better teams in the AFC than Chiefs. You can't. The Bills. Give you that. I love the Bills. Yeah. I still think deep down the Chiefs are as good as the Bills, right? Yeah. And then I said, I'll give you the Ravens. Even though the Ravens were depleted by injury, hardcore, and never performed in the playoffs. As much as I love Lamar. I was trying, give me the third team. And the third team. There is no third team.
Well, Browns, Chargers.
You can't say the Browns.
Browns are my Super Bowl pick, so I will.
Yeah, but you really trust Baker over Mahomes, dude?
The only thing that's changed is they cut OBJ. I guess okay. Hunt's hurt, too. But,
all right. Pittsburgh. Pittsburgh.
And they're down to 2 offensive linemen. What about them?
Not even close, right?
No.
Right now they're 5-3, so.
Yeah, don't.
Okay,
Tennessee. Not in this Tennessee 7-2. If you say
Tennessee 7-2 without Derrick Henry.
No, not
okay.
Me.
Baltimore 6-2.
There you go. I pulled up the odds here. These are the odds. So there are 3 teams odds favored.
Right.
Odds
They're tied with the Titans though.
Yeah, so Buffalo. You're saying that's a push. Ravens. You're saying okay, right?
Yeah.
Push. Titans. We said no.
No, not because they're.
And the Chiefs. This is for the AFC Championship. Then it's the Chargers are after the Chiefs.
Yeah.
You're saying no, right?
No.
And then Browns, Patriots, Raiders, Bengals, Steelers,
No.
Broncos,
Maybe the Browns.
Colts.
Maybe the Browns.
The AFC to me is still it's a cluster.
I'm just saying.
I think the NFC's a little.
I'm gonna take the fucking goddamn best quarterback ever, possibly that we've seen minus 5 weeks this year.
Yeah.
Over the Browns, over an injured Ravens team. Like, what are we talking about? Over a Derrick Henry list?
Here's why I'll say I don't think the Chiefs want to play the Browns in the second round.
Oh, they don't.
Because the Browns literally built their roster to beat the Chiefs. Like that.
Do you think the Browns want to face the Chiefs though?
Yeah, I do.
Really?
I think they would be pumped.
Over the Ravens?
No, I think they would like to play Pittsburgh, then the Chiefs.
You think if they had a choice to play the Ravens or the Chiefs, you think they'd rather play the fucking Chiefs? Really?
To stomp them? Yeah.
No. You're talking about
this year, yeah, because they already got beat. They got beat in the playoffs. Then they collapsed in the first game of the regular season. If they can knock them out, that'll be liberating for them.
All right. I actually forgot to write this game down, so we're not going to be snap shares in this one. But it's Cardinals. Your Cardinals.
You forgot.
I forgot. I don't know why. 37, and they were at the Niners. 17. They whooped their ass. It was not even that close. Colt McCoy played real well, and you laughed at me when I put Colt McCoy on the Big Ben line. And Colt McCoy was 22 of 26 or 249 on a touchdown. Suck on those titties, bitch.
Are you sure I laughed?
Oh, I'll pull
no,
it
you're
up.
not. You're not. Oh, I'm not going to say I'm sure, but we'll pull it up.
Colt McCoy, like.
I didn't. No, because I knew Colt. He's a backup.
Yeah, poo-poo, dude. And Christian Kirk had a 33 yards.
I've never said poo-poo on this podcast.
So James Conner is the best of all time. You called it, you drafted him, and you traded him.
In like 3 different ways.
Yeah. Now, goddamn, he had 21 for 96, 2 touchdowns, also adding in 5 for 77 and a touchdown. Holy shit! Yeah. Now I don't want to. He's obviously a running back 1, while fucking Edmonds is out. I didn't know he was this spry, man. He looks better than he did in fucking Pittsburgh.
26 years old.
I know. I love him. He won me so much money that year, but
yeah, we talked about it earlier, and I was like, there's a couple of trades that I was discussing. I think I was discussing trades with someone else, and I ran it by you. Like I can't. The one person I can't get over is what's his nuts. But I'm not gonna sit here and pretend like I picked this.
You know what's crazy is Colt McCoy had 7 rushes for 23 yards. That's like more than fucking
Kyler. Yeah.
Kyler's been having, dude.
That's true.
Wow. Well, I talk about that was Eno Benjamin, who is a guy who's been on my radar for multiple years now.
Oh,
yeah. Now he had 9 for 39 and a touchdown. So he was a deep guy last year in best ball leagues and stuff like that.
Did you see his run?
He's
touchdown
good.
Run?
Yeah.
You saw him run over that guy?
He's good.
He's dope.
I've been on him for a while. He was like a 6th or 7th round pick.
All right.
But
nice.
He is a priority ad right now for the next 2 weeks. Obviously, Connor's a guy, but if you need running back help like I do in a couple leagues, I'm debating using a waiver claim on him because he's going to be getting some. They cannot burn James Conner out, man.
No, I don't know that I would use a waiver on him. No.
And you're in desperate. Even though I'm 8-1, you shouldn't do that.
All I'm going to say is erase this last week from Connor. I don't think you would have been saying like that. Either Connor or Edmonds is a for sure starter, right? Like you're not. So now just because one guy got hurt, one guy blew up, now you're going to take the.
So you'd rather start Sony Michel for me going forward in the next 2 weeks than use a waiver claim?
I would, yeah.
Okay.
I mean, I don't think. I could be wrong.
I get what you're saying.
Plus, Kyler's going to be back. They're going to be throwing a lot more. Green's going to be back. Hopkins will be back.
I'm 8-1, so I shouldn't be doing waiver claims.
I don't think he's going to change your season. It's a 1 or 2 week rental at most.
I also have this $200 for high points in my league, and I have a side bet for high points with my buddy, and I really want to get that.
Here's one thing: is I had saved. So
you get what I'm saying?
We talked about I used my waiver on Gainwell, right?
Yeah.
When I had saved it for 8 weeks, I'll tell you right now, it is liberating not have to worry about waivers. Because now I just I'm flipping with the waivers instead of waiting for that perfect guy to come around and knock me off my feet.
Brad Pitt.
Yeah. Brad's not showing up.
He's not in the waiver wire anymore?
No, he's not a free agent.
No.
He's married. Who's he married
to? Everyone. He's not married. He's fucking everything.
Oh.
All right, Niners. Garoppolo had a nice game, 28 for 40, 326, 2 touchdowns in the pick. I streamed him a couple places.
Yeah.
Eli Mitchell came back to earth, 8 for 36, no touchdowns. Kittle, 8 targets, 6 for 101 and a touchdown. Welcome back.
Ayuk?
Game. Yeah, Ayuk actually played well.
Picked him up and started him.
XFL?
Yeah.
You did?
Yeah.
I could have used him because I
Picked him
started
up and
Hardman.
started.
I'm an idiot.
I was between him and Gage.
I'm an idiot.
And I was regretting starting Ayuk for a while because he had the fumble.
Yeah, he's a good player. Debo, 9 targets, 5 for 63. Eli Mitchell did have 543 through the air. So they just suck. Their coach is a fucking idiot. We've talked about this. He's an idiot. He's a pretentious douchebag. And if you're listening to Shanahan, we don't like you. Fair?
Yeah, because I never met the man. But
Well, I put things in your mouth.
he's actually... He's an excellent
words
PR
in your
guy.
mouth, I mean.
Yeah, come on.
I love putting things in Cat's mouth. Look at his tattoo in his chest. It's so hot.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, cover that up, you bitch.
What was I going to say?
That you like shit in your mouth?
No. I forgot now.
All right. Titans at Rams.
Sunday Night
28
Football.
to 16. The Titans won in a surprising outcome, right?
It looked like the Rams could have been up 14-0 in this game.
Yeah.
Like the way when I was watching it, I unfortunately bet on the Rams because of that fact. I thought that it was the defensive turnover. The turnover is the
I
back.
don't know what happened because Tannehill didn't play great. 19 to 27, 143, a tutty and a pick. The running game wasn't effective. The wide receivers didn't do much. But Stafford threw 2 bad picks, and the game was over.
It was back-to-back plays. So they went down.
Yeah,
They should have scored a touchdown the very first drive.
Mm-hmm.
I think they settled for a field goal. I think the Titans went down and scored right away. And then a little back and forth. Almost safety. Stafford threw a pick. Tackle on the 1 yard line. The linebacker was. Tannehill touchdown. Next play, pick 6.
Oh.
So then all of a sudden it was 21-3.
All right. So I have a couple of things here. Titans, McNichols, 45%, AP, 33%, Foreman, 21%. Of course, AP scored the touchdown. For some reason, they had McNichols in the game. The other 2 plays on the goal line at the end of the game, even though he's not a goal line back. Probably getting AP's sea legs in there.
Yeah, they were talking about this on the broadcast. I don't know if you're listening at all. The AP's running way too upright. He's not.
Yeah.
Like there's. He's a Hall of Fame running back.
Yeah, he was fine.
But Foreman, I thought looked good.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Foreman for sure.
Stat-wise, not necessarily, but
he needs an injury though because they're going to play all 3 guys, which we don't like. AJ Brown, 11 targets, 542. Julio, 4 for 35. God damn it, Julio, you fucking suck, bro.
That's where I lost my money. When I was telling you about how I was building my
you
bankroll
did
back
that,
up.
44.
Yeah, a little bit. I lost like 100.
Well, you know what's funny is they were. I was listening to, I don't know what the hell it was. They're talking about Cordell Patterson versus Julio this year. Dude, Cordell Patterson Julio has no touchdowns yet, right?
I don't.
No. He has not.
Yeah.
Cordell has like 8.
Yeah.
Bro.
He has
twice the yardage. Also playing running back.
Cordell Patterson might have more multi-touchdown games than Julio has touchdowns.
No, Julio has 0 touchdowns.
That's what I'm saying. By the end of the year.
I still think that bet's capable of winning because it's $9.95 without Henry. And he's got like 400 or 380. So he's got to go off a little bit these last 8 games.
What was the bet? What?
The over 995 receiving yards.
Oh, for Julio.
Yeah, he needs about 600 yards the next 9 games.
Oh,
next 8 games.
If he's playing it like full capacity, I'm confident in that.
That's why it was so low.
I like the fact that he got 35 because I'm going to hammer it this week. Whatever. If it's going to be 42, maybe, I don't know.
Oh yeah, for sure. Going forward, let's hammer the individual.
That's what I like. I like Julio to get some yards. I'll say that much.
All right, Rams. Stafford 31-48, 294, touchdown, 2 picks. Henderson 11-55 in the ground. Sonny Michel 7 for 20, but he did add 2 catches, 6 yards, and a touchdown. Henderson 60, Sony 40 for snap share. Probably because of the score. I don't really know. I know Henderson got beat up a little bit this game again, as he always does. They need to kind of keep that at 50-50 if they want. They're going to make the playoffs. They're going to win the division, or maybe not win the division, but they're going to be a solid seed, and they don't need to beat up their primary ball carrier.
I think he reminds me of AD, Anthony Davis.
Yeah. Always hurt, but always comes back.
I think they just have really sensitive nerve endings. Like they probably have the best orgasms, honestly. Careful. Here, do you want to?
I got it. Yeah, right. I was going to say the same thing. And then it took the words right out of my mouth. Very, very nice nerve endings. And yeah.
Why very sensitive.
Yeah. And very...
Don't touch their nips. Yeah. They can't run any marathons.
Oh,
That's
God.
a true thing. The chafing. Like, well, you play enough basketball. You know about the nipple chafing. But
nipples chafing.
Like, you never had that? Like,
no. I don't have good orgasms, apparently.
Well, I don't know if it has anything to do with my nerve endings, but randomly, like, I would get sensitive, like, the friction on my nipples playing basketball. Like, literally, I've had tape on them before.
Why?
It doesn't happen all the time.
What is wrong with you?
But when I ran the marathon, the Chicago Marathon, that was the...
You ran the marathon?
Once.
Wow. Did you finish it?
I didn't finish running, but I finished it, yeah.
How long is it?
How many miles or how long did it take?
28 miles?
26.2.
Jesus Christ, bro!
Yeah, I was an idiot too. That's back when I was playing export basketball all the time. So I was.
How long did it take?
This was 2007.
How long?
Took me like 5 hours.
Were there people behind you?
Yeah, I was the last one to finish, but my sister who I ran it with, it took her probably 2.5 or 3. I cramped up about mile 12 or 13. But I didn't want to quit. Yeah, for like 13 miles.
Really?
I had to take a shit in Chinatown. I think I told you the story.
No.
My legs were so sore. So I had so much friction on the back of my heels. I was literally like stepping up, like, you know how you put your heels all over the back of it, your step. So I was doing that. I could barely bend my legs because it would cramp every time. And then I was in Chinatown and I had to take a shit so bad because we run through it. And I was like, a lot of people will shit their pants or find a porta potty. I didn't have that option, so I went to the restaurant, and my legs were so tired. I remember saying I almost couldn't get up off the toilet. Like I was like, I don't even have my phone with me. I saw it with me. But like I might have to call someone because my legs were so
atrophied.
And here's the thing. My girlfriend at the time, you know her, didn't even fucking drive me. Made me drive home. Like after
it's really
I ran,
hard to drive.
Yeah, I couldn't walk downstairs for like a week.
I know.
Like literally when I was going downstairs.
What a bitch! You're a bitch.
No, she's a sweetheart.
I'm kidding. She's a sweetheart.
Yeah.
Disregard that.
She's not watching, I don't think.
You know she watches every podcast you ever did, dude. You made love to her many times. You told me about that many times.
No,
I saw a video of it many times.
No. I'm not.
Oh, you are worried about her watching?
No, I'm not. No, because I don't share like those videos with people.
I hacked your phone many times.
That's how you were watching me through my camera many times.
Yeah. Many times.
I didn't even know you were recording.
All right. Last game. It sensitive to us, even though we're kind of Bears fans, we're kind of not. They got fucked harder than your ex-girlfriend did when I watched on your hacked in phone videos. Okay. Right?
Yeah.
Oh. So it was 27-29. Steelers won. A lot of bogus calls.
Yeah, we were rewatching them. So like even we missed. Like the refs.
Tony Correnti, go suck a dick.
Yeah, that was.
All right, can we both give me a middle finger? Suck a dick.
Incriminating me with your hate crimes here.
I don't have much in here. You were right about Montgomery. He had 85%.
What did I say?
You said I said Herbert was going to get into his workload.
Oh.
You forget everything on the podcast.
What?
I could literally do anything to him or say anything, and he'll never remember what he says or what happened on the podcast. I have like a photogenic memory. I remember everything I say.
Well, make me think like I'm being held hostage. Have you seen that article about that young girl that was being held hostage on TikTok? But did like the signal?
Oh, yeah.
I'm gonna start.
She was being held on TikTok though?
Well, she was being abused and say like, I don't know
He was putting it on TikTok though?
Well, she was, I think, to keep up appearances with family and stuff.
Oh.
She was on like, hey, I'm doing fine, but she was like, apparently there's a signal.
Right.
That.
I
didn't even start doing that with you because there's a reason I don't remember anything.
Yeah.
Like,
nice.
You talk about putting things in my mouth. You're forcing me to drink.
Yeah, I always force him to drink.
No.
I always say he's a little bit more charismatic. Obviously, everyone is, right?
Yeah, I know.
And now the thing is, I don't need booze to be a very, very upbeat, crazy person.
Yeah.
It helps me. But I prefer you to be on my level.
Well, it definitely breaks down my filter.
Yes, and I like that because
it's the worst if I've only smoked weed or something before.
Yeah.
Because then now my filter is like,
You're just like
it's way off. No.
So yeah, you're the TikTok girl and find a hand signal to tell the audience. Yeah. Oh yeah, okay, man.
Okay, that's too far. Sorry. All the rape jokes are okay until you're compared to an actual rapist.
You can't have me on there, buddy.
Yeah.
Montgomery did okay though, 13 for 63. He had a couple nice runs. He looks good. Colt Mccoy though, wow.
Yeah.
I was ripping on that pick for a long time, and he actually kind of looked like a little George Kittle out there, right?
Well, Fields had his best game of the year.
Yeah,
so everyone's going to start
passing
looking a little
game,
better.
Right?
If he can average 300 yards passing, then everyone's going to look a little better.
17 of 29 for 291, touchdown and a pick. Also adding in 45 yards on the ground. He's a warrior, man. I'm glad we drafted him. I love him. He's like a more athletic Cam Newton, dude, with a strong arm. Well, Cam had a strong arm.
I don't see him complain ever.
Oh, no, he doesn't complain to the ref. He doesn't complain.
That's what I'm saying.
Coaches, he doesn't complain to the fucking anything, dude. And
I think he realizes he hasn't earned that right yet.
He's composed,
man. I like that.
Love it.
I like that.
Love it, dude. Even though he went to Ohio State, went to multiple, like playoff games in college.
Oh, you're saying that? Okay, I thought you were...
Like, he had the pedigree to where he could complain.
I thought you meant like we should be a fan because he's a Big Ten guy.
No, fuck that. Fuck that
okay.
shit. Fuck college.
Yeah, that's why I did the dismissive.
All right. Allen Robinson, actually, nice game for him. 6 targets, 4 for 68. You want to trade him to me?
No. Well, for what? Like, just for fun?
Here
you go!
Yeah, I don't know.
Trade him back to me. Come on.
Zach Moss.
I don't know. I need a receiver more than I need a running back.
All right, Zach
If anything,
Moss,
you need running backs, I need a receiver.
I'll give you Salvin Ahmed.
How about we talk about this off camera?
All right. Yeah, it's a really bad trade for the audience. Nothing else in the Bears. Mooney had a touchdown, six targets, 341 and a touchdown. Jimmy Graham actually should have had a touchdown. He was on the field a little bit. We'll get to the Steelers, though, and then we'll talk about the refs in a little bit later. Big Ben, 21 for 30, 205 and 2 touchdowns. He also had one of those plays again where he let the ball go, and they didn't call it a fumble. He needs to stop doing that. He's really bad, and it's getting better, but it's still really bad.
The thing is, the Steelers, I'm a little frustrated because I don't know why they're doing so well. Their schedule is their defense is good. Najee Harris is good.
You finally admit it. He's
great. I never said he was bad.
I
wouldn't want him in fantasy.
Oh.
I don't know.
How are you feeling about that now?
I would like to have him in
fantasy. Use whatever you want, son.
But I was not willing to spend first-round draft capital on him.
No, you didn't want to spend third-round draft capital on him.
That's what my point is. I think he was getting overdrafted.
Now
I'm wrong. No, I'm okay being wrong with it.
Okay, cool. Najee Harris, 22 for 62, 1 touchdown. Chase Claypool in and out of the lineup with injuries, of course.
Always.
I still like him, though. Really nothing else about this game. Freiermuth, actually. 6 targets, 543.
Good boy.
543, 2 touchdowns. Ebron's coming back, but I still think Freiermuth is a top 12 option rest of the year.
I think he's established himself.
Yeah. And Ebron, the problem is it's going to be a headache because Ebron's going to have those, occasional rushing touchdowns or they're going to play Ebron.
Well, so the way I look at it is if Ebron's coming back, I think Claypool is just a faster tight end that they flex out more. I think that someone like Ebron or Freiermuth might be able to replace Claypool with some of his routes, the way he runs, the way he's used for blocking and stuff like that. So if Claypool misses and Ebron comes back, I think Freiermuth still has bad. I think he's the outside Deontay Johnson, Najee Harris.
Agreed. Third option.
Yes.
And Ebron's going to be more of the gadget player. Where early in the year, Freiermuth was the blocker.
You didn't watch this game enough.
No, I did. He was lining up outside. He was
rushing.
Oh yeah. I'm not saying I'm saying gadget player is a bad thing. Ebron's gonna be the one that's in there 40% of snaps,
to do the motion bullshit where they fake. Okay.
Where Freiermuth's the guy that's gonna be in the field 90% of the time, blocking, running routes, lining them up outside, whatever they have to do.
Yeah, Freiermuth is probably. I still like Claypool.
I do too.
I think it was the fantasy footballers talking about, is he droppable? Well, it's not someone I'm looking to drop, but
no.
Yeah, I would
pick him up. He's a great player.
If someone drops him, yeah, I agree with you. But Freiermuth is someone I'm excited about, especially because he's probably a free agent.
Trade for Claypool right now, dude.
If that's the public percentage, if that's the advice you're getting, I like Claypool. I've tried to trade for him multiple times. So, actually, in one of our leagues, the Claypool owner is the Miles Sanders owner.
Ooh.
I've gained well, but yeah.
Any other thoughts? Anything that you want to say to the people before we log off here? Week 9. Anything? Anything that comes to mind? Or a shout out, happy birthday to anyone? Or
is it your birthday?
No, I don't know. Anyone in your family? Anything. Just shout it out, bro. I'm giving you the fucking power. Talk to our fucking fans and our loyal listeners. And
see, it sounds like that I'm being held hostage and you're putting me on
you
TikTok.
are. You're about to be murdered. And
say hi to your family. You never will again.
All right, RobSquared.